what made you start cleaning cars in the beginning?
If I told you that you were going to try and do something 200 times and you're going to fail, but on the 201st time you're going to win, how quick would you be in a rush to fail?
What did Liam look like before he was cleaning cars?
It's going to sound quite deep, but I lose a little piece of my heart. It just makes you colder.
What would you say the most painful time in your life was before UBV?
That was definitely the most painful time in my life. Because once you get into a place like that, you're small, you're vulnerable. And it's like the little things you notice. You're not going to shop for the Lucozade. You're not like, oh, I just want to do this, or I want to text that person. You've got no phone, you can't choose what you eat, you can't choose what you drink, you can't phone people.
So this podcast is sponsored by Unlock You 2.0, a men's online fitness coaching business that specializes in helping men drop body fat, gain confidence, and create new habits, and create a new healthy lifestyle going forward. If anyone is interested, follow the page. So, Liam,
thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you finally.
Definitely.
So, if you want to start by telling the audience who you are and what you do, and who you actually help.
God, that's a lot of questions. So, my name's Liam Maguire, and I clean cars.
Amazing. That simple down the line. I
never know how to answer that question because it's funny when you go to like business events or people see you and you're in a nice car or whatever, they go, "What do you do, mate?" And I never know how to answer it. So I started cleaning cars. I built that business, and then I started selling products, manufacturing products. Now I sell cloths, and then I do marketing. And then in the end, I sit there and go, I basically do everything around the care of cars.
Okay.
And then everyone always says, start with that at the end.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes sense. So that then follows on for the next question. What made you start cleaning cars in the beginning? Like, what did Liam look like before he was cleaning cars?
Well, he had fucking hair, I'll tell you that. Anyway, I always loved cars as a kid. I was obsessed with cars. Porsche 911. And funny enough, when I was in school, in high school, I never got on in school. I wouldn't say I was the naughtiest, but I just didn't like rules. And I never forget, they put you on this like college course, and like you have to stay in at dinner time, and then they send you on a college course, and they give you like a bus pass. Then you'd go to college, and I thought, it's fucking shit this. So back then, this was 22 years ago. Back then, you could walk in places and say, "Can I have a job?" It's not like now, is it? It's all like CV and that.
Yeah.
And I walked into a place called S&S Motors, which is in St Helens, and I said, "Have you got any jobs?" And he was like, "What can you do?" And I was like, I don't know, I'll work really hard. And he went, "Can you clean cars?" I was like, yeah. Anyway, it started there. And I started off washing vans at the back, just scrubbing wagon cabs and things like that. And then back then, I used to see like the body shop fellas like polishing the wagons and the trucks and stuff. And I just got obsessed with it.
Okay.
And I started actually like rubbing down panels and stuff, like crappy jobs. And then in my dinner time and stuff, I used to say to the older fellas, like, "Can I have a go with that? Can I have a go with that?" And I just got obsessed with it. And then when they seen what I could do, me bosses, Graham and Jim, they actually used to get me to polish everything. I was like 17 years of age. Then by 19, I was the manager of the full valeting bay. And then they come to me, I was age 20, near 21. And there was a team of 6 of us. And I was the youngest on the team, but I managed it. And they said, "We've just lost a big contract with Northgate. We need to make basically all these redundant, one person staying." And I was driving to work that morning, I was like, I need to do more. Like, I want to do something. And it was like a sign. And I just went, "I'll go." And he was like, "Are you sure?" Pulled me in the office and was like, we meant the older fellas. Like, and I turned around and said, "Well, they'll struggle to get a job." And I'll be honest, I was driving to work this morning thinking, I need to do something. And it was like, from then on, it went really shit, actually. I got a job. I had a few years in between, which you're probably going to ask me about in a minute. But I had a job with like a mobile valet, a few little, seeing what that was like. And I had a hard few years. And then by the point I got to about age 26, 27, that's when it started getting good.
So when you said you first started, did you say you were 16 when you first started?
I was 14 working on a bit of a part-time thing out of school. And then I went full-time with him, 16, 17, as like a full-on job after school. I think it's 16 you leave school then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So about age 16, I was full-time from then on.
Okay. So what would you say the most painful time in your life was before UBV?
So, I've never denied it, but when I was younger, I used to get into a lot of trouble.
Okay.
I've been to jail.
Okay.
I've been stabbed.
Okay.
I've been stabbed twice. That was fun. So yeah, I was surrounded by crime lifestyle. And the funny thing is, like, I've actually not got a criminal record. Like, I went to jail for, like, suspicion. I was on remand for gang affiliation and kidnapping.
Okay.
For basically drug dealers and things like that. And I never denied it. And it was a case of, if I look back and I was being dead honest, it was a case of, like, surrounding myself with the wrong people. When I was younger, funny enough, leading on from the cars, do you know when you'd see, like, being from Liverpool and around the area, you'd see lads and they'd have, like, the nice Subarus and the BMWs. I was obsessed with it. And I used to look at them cars and I used to be obsessed and be like, but the only way, being from Liverpool and being around the Merseyside area, that you'd see these people doing it from selling drugs or robbing or crime. And it sort of created the mindset then of that's what it takes to get them things. Lead you down a path with the wrong people. And then it was only years later when I started to look back, surround myself with different people in different circles, and I thought, that's really fucking sad. Like, you know, as we get older and you see, like, people committing crime and they're going to jail for, like, real things, they don't win. You know, the law always wins, the police win. So
it's definitely a losing game for sure. That
was definitely the most painful time in my life. Because once you get into a place like that, you're small, you know, you're vulnerable. And it's like the little things you notice. You're not going to shop for the Lucozade. You're not like, oh, I just want to do this, or I want to text that person. You've got no phone, you can't choose what you eat, you can't choose what you drink, you can't phone people. And it was alright for me at the time. I was a young lad and I didn't really have any, like, close people around me. But you'd see grown men in there crying on the phone to the kids and crying to the wife, and then they'd be like, you know, on the weekend, Friday and Saturday, and like, oh, someone's girlfriend's out with someone, and they've been pictured on Facebook at the time with some other lad. Yeah. And they're going mad, they're getting stressed, and I remember thinking, fucking wanker, because I was a young lad, I didn't care. Yeah. But then, when I got stabbed in the cell, I'd only been in there a couple of days, and funny enough, it was on me the 22nd birthday. I got stabbed. Okay. I walked in.
Happy birthday.
I come off a visit with my mum, and my mum was crying her eyes out, and I already felt shit. And then I never forget walking into the cell, and I just, like, shouting, and then this pain in my back. But when you get stabbed, you don't really. It sounds so stupid. You don't feel it. It just feels warm. The area feels like warm and pressured. And I ended up having a fight with the lad, and it, like, obviously got split up and stuff like that, a bit of a compensation. And I remember looking on the floor and it was covered in blood. And I was like, oh, I must have, like,
just that little scuffle felt. Yeah,
I must have, like, clipped his eye or something. I've won that fight. And I looked down, I started going light-headed. Yeah. And then everyone was looking at me going, are you okay? Like, you've been stabbed? And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I never forget being in the shower before me trial. And I genuinely was sat there, like, I thought, fuck me, this is like, what have I done to get here? And everything's like, I was looking at 16 years or I'm walking out the door. And at that point, they said to me, I was innocent. Well, I'm going to say that, aren't I? But so I got an offer from, like, the CPS, which is the Crown Prosecution Service, basically the courts. And they said, take a guilty now, we'll give you 7 years. You get your time off, you get a year off, you get 7 years. And at the time, I was like 22, something like that, you know, something like that. 22 just turned. And I'm thinking, right, blah, 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 I'll be, like, near 30, I'll be able to, like, before 30, I'll be out and it'll be fine. You know, but back then you think, like, 28's old, and it's when you get to, like, I'm 36 now, like, you think, God, 28 was so young.
You can't be me dad then, lad.
I remember thinking, like, God, I'll be getting out at, like, 28 and I'll be an old man. Yeah. And then they said, take a guilty now, we'll give you 7 years, or run it and we'll give you like, I think it was like 16 recommended. And I sat there and thought, I have to take the chance. I didn't do anything. But I'm not going to lie, part of me was thinking, what if I lose and get 16? Because it wasn't good. It didn't look great against me. All the odds were stacked. And I genuinely remember the night before, like, I fucking was crying my eyes out. And I was so fucking, like, I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what should I do? Should I just say yes? Should I just, like, deal with it? Like, you know, I'll get out, I'll be under 30 and I might be able to meet someone and build a life. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm running it. If I get it guilty, at least I'll be able to sit in the cell and go, I tried. And I didn't, I got not guilty, and then I went to fucking Nando's.
Nando's?
Went straight to the Nando's and it's opposite the courts in the city. Walked straight out and went to Nando's.
Wow.
I was fucking... It's like a mad emotion. That was the worst time of my life. And then when you're in jail and all your food's took away, you can't go to shop, and the next thing you're at Nando's, like, I'll have a half a chicken, please, love. It's mad.
That really, like, makes you appreciate it, doesn't it? Like, it makes you appreciate life, certain situations like that, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what, one thing it taught me massively at the time, I remember, which would be great for the younger generation and what I always pass on to my trainees and people I help, to be patient. Like, I was in such a rush to make money and get rich, and I wanted all these cars and watches and stuff. And then when you get them, you think, yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
But I never forget I was in this urgent rush when I was in jail, and it taught me that once your life's sort of not in your hands anymore, slow down. It's okay. Trust the process. And then you realise that not everything's gold-plated. Like, not everyone's doing as well as they think they are. Everyone's on a different path. Everyone's on a different journey. And I remember I got out of jail, and that's when I started getting really successful, because I just learned to be so patient, trust the process.
Yeah, patience, for sure. I always say, like, people are trying to go somewhere quick for no reason. And, like, you mentioned then, watches, cars, like, it's great. It's more of a goal. You obtain it and you're like, what's next?
I drive around with a scruff.
Yeah.
I don't know. All my staff take the piss out of me, so you pull up in a G-Wagon with Rolex on, but I'm wearing work clothes. But
no.
I always say, when I'm wearing this watch and I'm driving that car, I can dress how the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I don't really like designer clothes.
No.
Like,
it's funny you said that. I actually binned all mine a few months back.
If you see me wearing designer clothes from years ago, I look at them pictures myself, and, like, you know, when you're a young lad and you buy like a t-shirt, it's like 500 quid. I literally cringe at myself.
And you're on 500 quid a week.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Funny. No, you're right. Do you reckon, like, so all that situation that you've just spoke about, do you think if you went through that, didn't go through that, do you think the person you'd be sat here today would be the person? Do you think it shaped who you are?
Definitely. I'd say it's where I learnt the best lessons.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there and people would say to me on the phone, like, when I was in jail, and then when I got out, they'd be like, what was it like? And do you know why we always described it? Think of being in a really big shit hotel with all your mates, because everyone in there just wants to make money, and they want to talk about money, they want to talk about business. That's all they want to do.
Okay.
And I was padded up in there. Padded up is the expression, like 2 years in a pad.
Yeah. For the audience that don't know that.
I remember being in a pad, in a cell with some lad, and some fella, should I say, and he basically, he had a haulage company and was very successful, 7-figure plus, and he started then importing and exporting drugs, and he got greedy and got caught. And when you're in a situation like that, like, you're looking at the guy for 23 hours a day, he starts telling you everything about his life and where he went wrong and his businesses and how he built his legitimate businesses. And that's all I was really listening to. How he built that, how he did this. And his downfall was he got greedy, but there's a lesson in that. Yeah. You know, when you're actually making money, when you're doing well, stay at that. You know, stay away from the wrong people and stop getting greedy, stop comparing. But then I think social media's ruined that now, hasn't it? In this day and age.
No, I agree. Like, when I was a little bit younger, like, you'd see someone drive past, like you said, in a Subaru, and you'd be like, that's it. That's it right there. Now you turn your phone on, and people are renting cars to take pictures and making their life look successful.
Yeah.
And I do believe that's destroying the generations, especially.
I think it's bad for young lads and girls the most, because I think at age 36, I see things for what it is now, I don't really. I always say this to trainees that I create content, I don't consume it. Don't doom scroll.
Yeah.
But a lot of trainees will say, "Oh, but have you seen this person in Dubai?" Or girls, you'll hear girls having conversations going, "Oh, this girl, that girl." You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Everyone I ever knew from back before when they would say they're doing well, or people would be glorifying them for what they've got or cars, it all fell apart always. Like, there was always a story. They owed this person money. Like, it was always never as it seemed. And I think that's what social media really does push on, like, the younger generation now. They're all comparing for something that's not even real sometimes.
These are saying comparison is the thief of joy.
Definitely is.
And I've had that reminded to me many times. You compare, and then it's not.
Got any water?
There's one there, lad. But it's never what it seems.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. That's the generation we live in now.
So UBV was the first thing you started?
Yeah, and it was an accident.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that now. I'll tell you how every brand started, yeah. So, I was called Urban Valets, and do you remember when I said that I got made redundant and I got a job?
Yeah.
I got a job with some fella in Warrington, like a mobile valeter. And I never forget him saying, he sacked me in the end, and he sacked me over something stupid, like the customers kept asking for me, and I made a joke and said, "Oh, I'm better than you." And he took it dead personal, and I had an argument, and he sacked me. But never forget, he said, "I wish they'd call me business Urban Valets." And it was a pure thing. I was like, "You fucking prick, I'm going to call myself Urban Valets now." Then, my mum bought me a number plate for Christmas, and it was H11 UBV, which is still on my big van. Obviously, high UBV, Urban Valets. And then when I used to get like more popular on social media and go to shows, people used to say UBV, and then the name stuck. And then my other company, Performance PPL, I used to go to a boxing gym. You probably know it. Know Frank Preston.
Oh yeah, he's got a gym Preston.
Yeah, in Prescott, yeah. And Frank used to let like the lads like on with Franny, his son, come in on like a Friday and have a bit of sparring and that. And never forget he said once, and it's stuck in my head. He's probably going to send me an invoice now, Frank, if he sees this. And it's stuck in my head. He did. He was shadowboxing in the mirror, and he turned around to me and said, "We are performance people." And I was like, wow, that's the sickest name ever. I had it in my notes for years on my phone. I'm the type of person, if someone comes on my head, I will pull over on a motorway and I will put it in the notes on my phone. And I even have a snidey WhatsApp chat, like, to my own number. So if I get an idea, honestly...
No, I'm going to tell you something in a second, lad.
If I get an idea, I voice note myself to my own phone and I listen to it back later.
Yeah. Weird, lad. I've got my number saved from my business WhatsApp to my number called 80-year-old you. And I give myself advice as my 80-year-old self to who I am today about... I put myself in a perspective of my 80-year-old self who's near death to tell my younger self to just take risk.
That's interesting. I quite like that.
Lad, how weird's that?
It's not weird if it works.
But I'm saying, like, how mad. I mean, in the correspondence that we're having this conversation, you actually do that. And just to clarify, so we're not. Where are we? That's very strange.
What, your notes on your phone?
No, look. So we are. 80-year-old future me.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I message myself. Fucking hell, actually, that's not got my number on that. I have loads of women message me. I mean, yeah, so, like, I message myself on my WhatsApp number to my actual number. And I have, in a sense, like, future conversations about me, like, about my older self telling me to take risks. Like, I'm 80 now, trust me, you need to do this.
I think I seen something on your Instagram story once, a non-negotiables did you have something wrote on a mirror?
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember you wrote something on a mirror, and I remember that's when I started, like, I thought, yeah, he's all right, this guy, he's going to be successful. because it sounds so stupid, yeah. I had a whiteboard in me bathroom for ages, and I used to write on the whiteboard like the things I want to manifest. And every day when I get up in the morning, like the first thing you do as a lad, you go for a piss. You get up, have a piss, and it was like ingrained in my head in my come up years. And I would have all the things on the whiteboard. This is what your life's going to look like, and it was like a little paragraph of what my life is going to look like in so many years, and which followed on from the Elon Musk theory. Elon Musk says this great thing. Like you hear people say, "Oh, what's your 5-year plan?" And Elon Musk says, "Have a 5-year plan, aim to do it in 2.
Yeah.
The likelihood is you're going to fail, but you'll get a damn sight closer if you give yourself that mindset of it's going to take 5."
Well, yeah.
And funny enough, a couple of years ago, what I had wrote on that board, I've like exceeded it.
Yeah.
And I actually did another one the other day on the notes on my phone. And then when my bathroom's done, because it's getting done up at the minute, I'm going to do another one in the bathroom. But I'm going to get it on a frame. Because obviously a whiteboard's a bit fucking offensive when you've got kids and that, innit? So gonna draw on it.
Well, it's funny you said that. Like I said, I didn't even know you'd seen that picture. I can't even remember putting that on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have 7 principles that I stick to. Number 1's faith. That's something I'm very strong with. That keeps me very grounded.
Religion.
Religious, yeah, Christian. So that keeps me very, very grounded. But out of my mess, like, and I never used to believe in anything. But that's my foundation. And then these multiple principles behind that. I have something called a 33-month principle. And it's set a task, but give it 33 months. Because what I was doing, I was setting tasks for 6 months. And things were occurring, problems, issues. And then I was like, oh, we're never going to make it. We're never going to do it. And then doubts were creeping in. So I was like, 33 months for me. The number 33 is like a very special number because of.
Got it tattooed on me there.
Wow.
333. How mad's that?
So Jesus died when he was 33. We're not going to go down that road with all the. We're not going to go down that road anyway. Yeah, we're not going to go down that road. But yeah, lad, it's crazy. Like
it's weird that I was looking at my hand there, I was thinking, nice, in that tattoo.
No, promise, lad. No, promise. And I can't remember I didn't even know I'd ever put that whiteboard on.
Yeah. It's like I think you had a mirror, and it was something wrote on a mirror or by the mirror, and I remember liking it, and I thought, yeah, it's cool. That, like, because I only try and follow like positive people on social media. You know, like a lot of lads these days, especially lads who come and training with us, like young lads, they follow every fucking OnlyFans girl, Instagram model. And I say to them, that's like not good, man. Like,
No.
Believe me, like you wouldn't want that if you had it. Like,
No.
And you know, young lads, we trained a lad last week, or 2-3 weeks ago, and he followed a load of OnlyFans girls, Instagram models, and he actually said to me, he said, I'm struggling to like date a girl, like I'm struggling with girls, and I was like, right, this is fucking. I'm gonna give you some fucking advice now, mate. Yeah. I said, I'll tell you now.
Put the brush down 1 minute. Lad.
The only fucking reason you're not getting a girl to message you back, mate, you follow every fucking OnlyFans model on Instagram. They're looking at your social media thinking you're a fucking pervert, you mate. So try and unfollow them. Try and follow more positive things. You know, your algorithm will get better. So I bet if I went on your search page now, it's full of absolute fucking stinkers. And I did, and I was like, mate, that's not good, that.
No. Lust's bad.
Fucking Jesus.
For a man's man, lad, lust bad.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I think, like, that in itself can pull you down the wrong direction.
Definitely, and I think, especially, like, you know, yourself being into the gym and things and high testosterone.
Is that why it's high?
You've got to battle it, haven't you? Like, in a young lad as you come up years, I always tell all my young lad trainees, like, stay the fuck away from relationships. You can't afford them yet.
Yeah.
The girl you want, you can't afford yet. And they're like, well, it's not about money and love. I'm like, stop watching fucking Disney movies, mate. What fairy tales shit have you been watching as a kid? I'm not saying it's about money, but what I am saying is there's an element of sustainability to anything in life. If you find the love of your life and you've been watching fucking fairy tales all night with it and Netflix and chilling all that bullshit, I said, wait till the next morning when you get up and you get a surprise. I don't know, your boiler breaks or you've something damages in your house and then it's a $2,000 bill. I tell you now, fucking love goes out the fucking window then, mate.
For sure.
Because you've got to be a man.
Yeah. Well, Elon Musk once said it, and I was actually speaking to Lewis about this before. Money is a tool for goods and services.
Yes.
That's
Always
it.
say that.
That's it.
Money is not fun tokens.
Well, example, you've been offered money to do a podcast, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
So if it was about the money to create a relationship with it, you would have done it. But I asked you, and I was just like, generally just like, do you want to go on a podcast? And you're like, yeah. And you respected that. So,
Yeah.
like, you couldn't have been bought, could you?
Well, a brand who's quite big in our industry, they offer me 10 grand to do like a series of podcasts. And I'll be honest, it like offended me. I was thinking
No.
you fucking cheeky bastards. He was like, the glamorised, like, we'll give you £10,000, we'll do this and that. And I was like, well, what's the reason for the podcast? And at first, I was I was like, what? I wasn't offended at first. I was like, 10 grand, why would, what's the 10 grand? Then they sent me the script of questions and it was pure agenda.
Okay.
Pure sales agenda. And I thought, I'm not saying I own a product brand. Now, I'm not saying this brand's products were shit. I'm not sitting there going, oh, I own a brand, fuck them. But I remember reading the questions thinking that's just biased sales tactics. And even though I don't mind their products and they're not bad products, I think they're quite good. It was just proper fuck. I could see right through it, like biased agenda, biased sales to create their narrative of what they think's the best. And I remember thinking, you fucking cheeky bastards, just like let people choose. Just put out good. Why would you spend 10 grand to like mind fuck people? Just put out content of showing how good your product is and let that do the talking, or not. Fuck off.
Yeah. I think that it's like, yeah, we'll offer him 10 grand. He will come for this. If you get what I'm saying, like, it's quite an offensive thing, that, isn't it? In its way. Like, yeah, Liam's worth 10 grand to come and sponsor our product for sure.
Yeah, I didn't reply to the email and he phoned me up and was like, we did say we'll give you £10,000.
Did they keep on repeating that?
Yeah, and what I said to him, I went to him on the phone taking a piss. I went, hang on a minute. I went, can you hear that? And he went, what? I went, just hang on, give it like 5-10 seconds. I had him on the phone pausing like a knobhead. And I went, I've just made 10 grand then.
Oh.
Boom. Put the phone down, I was like, wanker. He didn't email me again then.
No, he left. He was sad. He was sad.
Fuming.
But there was something I wanted to refer back to. You said about when you first, you told one of your bosses that you were better than him.
Yeah, the guy I took a job with.
So one of the laws of the 48 laws of power, and it is never outshine the master.
Yeah.
And
I've read that book, yeah.
So I've never read it, but I've heard many people say this, and I've heard Robert Greene refer to this.
I've read a few of his books. Mastery is one of my favourite books.
No, Art of Seduction. Powerful book. But when you said that, it just clicked in my head. Like, I've heard many people say that. The minute they think, oh, he's a threat, no, we need to get rid of him.
Well, a customer said it to him as a joke. And he was bantering along with the customer. And then when we got back in the van, I just made a joke out of it. And he got really fucking offended. And I said, Jesus Christ, mate, I'm only having a joke. And he was like, who are you talking to, you little young cunt and all that? And I was like,
snap.
But at the time, like, I've been like fights all my life. Like, we grew up around here. Like, we're not shy with like, if someone says, who the fuck are you talking to? You're like, you? Talking to you? Why? He was a lot older than me. And he was like, I'd best describe him as a dad bod looking cunt.
Okay.
No, like, just look like somebody just munches fucking meal deals from Tesco and lives in Mackey's.
Okay.
And at the time, I was young. I was fucking in the gym every day.
Strong, yeah.
And,
capable.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I'll fucking send you back to Mackey's drive-thru, mate. Who you talking? And that your ego kicks in then as a young lad.
Yeah.
And at the time, I thought what I did was justified. I was like, no, you stand your ground. Anyone speaks to you like shit. But then, yeah, when you say, like, you refer to the Robert Greene book, when you get older, you get a bit more, like, you step back and you let your ego go and you're like, if I'd look back, I probably wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, when you're young, you fire your ego and you think your actions are justified because of that. But when you get older, you think, that's a bad mentality to have.
People I know who can actually fight don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Like my friends, like my mate, Michael, like he's 6'3", he doesn't look much. But he hit me with an uppercut once when we were sparring, lad, and I've seen stars for days. Like, he'd kill me. Like, you'd think you'd beat him. But he wouldn't even want to fight, you'd just walk away, but you wouldn't have a chance. You're right.
It's when you hear people now, though, they're getting, like, fights on a night out. and one punch goes wrong and then they're in jail for 5 years.
Mate, and the rest.
That's like, it's not worth it, is it?
No.
And it's always, I feel like when you look like you go to the gym, you can tell you train, or you can tell you fight. And I feel like when people get pissed, the confidence comes out and you see them start staring at you, then they try and talk to you, and I feel like you're a magnet for it. And you can sense it coming on a night out, can't you? And you're like, this cunt has been nice to me now, and in a minute he's going to say something, he's going to see how I react to it, he's going to test the water, and I'm going to punch his fucking head in, and I'm going to be in trouble. And it's not that you're scared of the confrontation, it's just that I think sometimes you're scared of, like, what if I do this? What if this happens?
You're right.
I've got too much to lose.
So I look at everything as a value metric now. So I see everything as a value metric. Like, is this worth my time? Is this worth me doing this action for this outcome? So, like you said then, someone says something to you, makes you feel, let's just say, embarrassed because he might have shouted something in front of people. Do you allow your ego to get the best of you, to prove a point to people who you'll probably never see, you don't really care, who'll never probably speak to you again?
Depends on the situation, doesn't it?
Or do you hit them and then you face the consequence? So I always see things as a value metric. Like, if I do something, the actions or the thing I'm doing, there's got to be something valuable behind it, and if it has no value attached to it, it's pointless. That's how I see things.
I think what touching on what we just said then, like elaborating from that, like, I'm a dad of two.
Two?
Yeah.
What was one?
Nah,
two, lad, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just busy.
Yeah.
Just out there.
No wonder you look shattered when you come in.
No, to be fair, it's like not even me that gets to sleep, but yeah, and I think as you get older, when you have kids, like, your biggest fear is if someone does something to the kids, like, you'd risk everything. You'd be like, fuck it, I'm burning the world.
You got a daughter?
I've got a daughter.
Ooh, see, that's when it gets, I get that.
And you think if someone does something to them kids, it's like, I'll take your family's out.
Yeah.
Like, you'd want to.
Yeah.
But then it's just a mad feeling of responsibility where, what would you do in that situation? Would you stop? Would you if you do something stupid, then you theoretically never going to see them again. Like, you're in jail.
So
I think that same way as you now, but then the risk factor, I think, would go out the window. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I think that's, when you become a parent, I think it's one of the best things that can happen to you, because you do come so, like, responsible. If someone tried to, like, fight or argue with me, I'd probably walk away. I'd be like, no worries, mate. No problem, mate. You're not worth fucking anything. But
I had that conversation with my cousin a few years back. I said, if someone said something to you in here, would you get up and start being like, let's go join a fight type thing? He's like, yeah. I went, for who, lad? In Costa. Who gives? Who cares? Who really cares? Like you said, then your ego plays. So it's a good question. From coming where you were to the position you was in to where you are with the success, the cars, the watches, whatever, whatever the glorified objects. How would you control your ego?
Do you know what?
Because that could make you see yourself in a really high egotistic way, which I think a lot of people do.
I think going back about 4 or 5 years ago, I was around a couple of people that was very flashy, and it was all for social media. And I feel like that was my worst point of ego. And I'm dead honest about it. And when I think back to them times, I hated myself. Like, it was all about image. And what did it for me is when, the cars, that you've got a nice watch, you've got money, you can spend money, and everyone thinks you're doing really well. Feed your ego. I remember at that point feeling like, this is all, like, where, like, once you got it sounds so stupid. Like, you hear, like, millionaires and billionaires say this a lot, but you realise how shit it is when you get it. And, like, you've had a nice car, you've had this, you've had that. And then it's things like experiences and people and connections with people. And I think what I love the most in business is meeting new people, and a challenge. Like, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to launch this product, I'm going to do that course, I'm going to sell this out. And, like, But going back to the general question, I think it takes you to get it, to realise how shit it is.
Okay, yeah.
And then you do like a full circle. So when I was at age 30, 31, and I was around a different crowd of people, I'd say that's probably when I genuinely, even worse than jail, I didn't even like myself a bit.
Wow, okay.
You know, if I think back and I used to look at myself in the mirror and think, I didn't even like you. Like, that's not who you are. Like, 500, 600 pound pair of trainers. Like, I just wear work shit. Like, and that's what I'm comfiest in. Expensive stuff. And then you think to yourself, like, once you get these things, I think you've got to get them to realise how shit it is, which is harsh to say.
No, I get that.
It's harsh to say, like, probably people watching this or young lads and they go, oh, well, I wouldn't. I'd fucking... No, trust me, you would. It's... A car's a car.
They measure on what they've got and who they are.
Yeah.
So we're measuring our success, or we're measuring how great we are as a person off the things we've obtained. And that creates sadness internal. I agree with that.
I had a conversation not too long ago, actually, with a girl I went to school with.
Okay.
And funny enough, I seen her in Starbucks. And I forget what car I was in or whatever. And she went, oh, I've seen your social media. And like, wow, that car's amazing. And she was like, God, you're doing so well. And I remember like walking off thinking like, you know, you don't know what to say in them situations. You're like, oh, well, I'm fucking stressed. I'm stressed the fuck, actually. I don't feel like I'm doing well because it feels like painful. I can assure you that this thing you're seeing as a version of success feels really fucking ow.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, you're doing so well. You've done so well since school. God, it must be great, mustn't it? I was thinking, is it fuck? And then she walked off like, you know, last year she got married, she had 2 kids, she had a nice home, she had like a little business and a partner was doing quite well in whatever he was doing his job. And I was thinking, like, it's funny, you're thinking what I've got as success, but I'm looking at you thinking, wow, that's really nice. Like, I think success is perception.
Yeah. Individual.
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
And for me, it's, you know, it used to be about cars, watches and things like that, but now when I think it's like achievements, like I want to do this, I'm going to do that. Motivating to see what you can grow and how far you can take your brand. Like now, my brand is worldwide. People I've never met spend thousands with my brand. And like this year, we've been on God knows how many flights going over, seeing people in other countries, and it baffles me head. It's like, how am I booking? I'm a car cleaner. How the fuck am I booking a flight to fly across somewhere to another country to meet someone about work from cleaning cars? But one of the most motivating things that ever, it pissed me off so much, and I'd say this fired me up. Once, someone I was very close to in early in my journey, they said to me, Liam, you're just a car cleaner. You never, you know, it's not rocket scientist. You're never going to be a millionaire. And I remember it pissed me off so much. And the person who said that to me ate the words.
Okay.
Ate them.
Can imagine.
Ate them. But it's, you know, things like that.
How far have you surpassed them? That's the thing, innit?
Oh, it's fucking buy the house and knock it down.
It's funny you said that. I've heard people say that before, you know.
Yeah. I'll buy your house and knock it down.
I'll buy your house just to live in it and then buy your house, rent it back to you and get you evicted.
Yeah. But, yeah, someone said that to me years ago and I was so pissed off.
Wow.
He's just a car cleaner, it's not rocket scientist. You're not a rocket scientist, should I say? And I was like, fucking, you're going to eat your words. But I think I work really well off negativity, surprisingly.
Wow, okay.
In my industry, it's full of, like, little pathetic men. Like, it's quite easy to get into car cleaning, but it's hard to be good at it. There is a lot of science behind it. People think you just go in Halfords and buy a bucket and a sponge. It isn't that. There's a lot of science. And when you're dealing with 2, 3, 4, £1,000 cars, there's a lot of risk. You clean a set of wheels with the wrong, you know, cleaner, you can cause big damage. Like you're bankrupt. You know, some of the stories I could tell you about cars and the damages to them over the years, but it's so easy to get into, and this gives them a sense of like they're all like little kids. They're all like people who haven't really got going on, and they bitch a lot. And because I'm sort of, they see me as doing well, sometimes I think they can get like jealous and they'll send me messages like, you bald prick, you clearly sell drugs. And I'm like, for one, I fucking know I'm bald. I fucking Mac threw me head in the shower, you prick. You had one chance, one opportunity, one shot, and you called me fucking bald.
Yeah.
I'm evidently bald. And then they're like, you must sell drugs. I'm like, I fucking wish I did. be easier. It'd be so much
That's
easier.
so true.
I wouldn't have to get up at 6 in the morning and fucking freeze myself.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think negativity definitely fuels me.
Yeah.
Having someone try and attack me or try and say I can't do something,
Wow. Okay.
and maybe you can say that's ego. I don't know.
No, I would say it's. I don't know. I feel like
I think you need a bit of ego.
100%.
Yeah.
I think so. I like to refer to books, and you probably notice this all the way through here. And I haven't read it, but there's a fella called.
You keep referring to them, but then saying you've not read them.
But I've seen clips of them. So Patrick Van Davis, I think his name is, and he talks about a book called The 13 Letters of Rockefeller.
Oh, I've not seen that.
So Rockefeller is, and I think one of the first letters. He wrote this to his son, and the first letter was something like, "Today is my worst day. XY person died today," and it was his biggest competitor. So what happened was, his biggest rival passed away.
Wow.
And then he didn't have a reason to wake up in the morning.
It's funny you say that, because we've started this new company doing cloths. And when I was coming up as a detailer,
you just make cloths now?
No, you laugh, mate. It makes so much fucking money. Yeah, me and a partner got into it, me and a mate. And there's a big market. Like, people say, "What, you import cloths and sell them?" Like, yeah.
Okay.
But in the sort of valeting detailing side, I wouldn't say I've got any competitors. Like, I found it easy. Like, they're all very easy to win against. And then as we get into products and stuff like that, I'm going to be honest and say that's quite easy. Like, we've grew really quick. And on the cloth side of things, there's a few people who are like, they're a bit savvy. And I fucking love it. Like, they have a go. They're good at marketing.
Okay.
They're good at, like, their ads and the website's good.
Okay.
They have a good streamlined sort of customer service. And I quite enjoy it. And it gets me, like, I find it's firing something up inside me where I'm like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to make it look good. But because they're good, it makes me perform better. And I enjoy it. I'm like, I'm coming for you. And so if they're watching this, they actually are on my little new list. I'm going to get you.
It's weird that, isn't it? The way, like you're right. Like, you've got to have something to get you up in the morning.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I've been in the point where I've been like, yeah, I'm just going to do it for me. Like, it's all about me. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do it because I want to beat that person.
I think men need to be around men. Yeah. Men bring out men.
100%.
You need to be around other men who want it and are strong, motivated. If you're around, like, a friendship group or a circle that are bitching all the time and talking about other people, I'd rather, there's a saying I like, I'll try and get it right, rather be the one getting talked about than the one doing the talking. And it's true, isn't it? Like, people say, "Oh, such a body said that about you," or "Someone doesn't like you." Okay, is he richer than me? Is he doing better than me? Fuck off then.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you can't say that, it's ego." I'm like, but you can say he doesn't like me. You can say that he said I'm a prick, but I can't then say something back and I'm ego, I'm a prick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that saying. You need competition. And I get it. Like, if one of my competitors, like, stopped or died, I'd be like, you'd lose purpose.
Yeah, purpose is key.
You've
got to have a reason, mate. You have. Every time I've woke up in the morning with no purpose, when many years ago myself, like 2-3 years ago, like, the reason why I felt a certain way was because I had no reason to wake up. And even, like, the small injury that I went off, like, I was in a sling for like 6 weeks, so I couldn't really massively train. I was still walking the gym, I was still doing my thing, but, like, I lost a little bit, not sight of the purpose, because it was always locked on, I'll never go, because I'm obsessive. And go, as you can see when I'm messaging myself, that,
you need a fine line.
Put myself in some future version of myself. But like there was a few days where I was like a little bit watered down, my purpose. They were the worst days.
Do you know, I have a person around me, he's a billionaire, and he owns some fucking stuff, and I met him through just cleaning cars. And he used to have a saying that I love: "If you rest, you rust."
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I love it because it's so true, isn't it? If you stop or you stop doing something, like people retire. Have you ever look? I'm a research person. Me, I like to be inquisitive about everything. I don't just take a yes or a no or someone said.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Curiosity is key, for sure.
I'm so inquisitive, I research everything, not like ChatGPT or Google, like everyone does. I'll rabbit hole on a subject I'm interested in. And I got obsessed once about people who, they become millionaires, they gain success, and then they either sell the business or retire or pass it on to the kids, whichever. And the rate then, the body always develops like a disease, and that's when they get cancer or whatever. And I don't think there's actually medical proof, but they reckon from theory that when your mind loses a purpose and a drive, that's when other parts of the body and disease kicks in. Like within a year, people who gain high caliber success, they all get ill and they die. So, and that's quite scary saying that, because everyone always says to me, like, when's enough? When are you going to stop? I'm like, for one, I'm only fucking 36. Like, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 30.
I feel like when you get to about 30, 31, that's when you, like, as a man, you hit your prime. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
I think like 30, I think me now at like 31 onwards would devour 21-year-old me.
Wow, I say that all the time.
I'd devour him. And I used to think I was tough and knew everything then.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you get to this age, you just get it.
Yeah.
People always say, like, Liam, when's enough? Like, when's enough? Never.
Yeah.
But isn't that scary though? Like, when are we going to do? We're going to do this forever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Why would it, like, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, you just got to sit there and, I'm sure retirement, I'm going to refer to another book here.
Because you read it?
I've listened to it, audio book. 50%. And it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah,
and he says, classic. I'm sure he says retirement means, like, go to sleep, like death. Like, the word retirement means, so you retire every time you go to bed at night.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
So the word retirement means death. So it's like a subconscious thing when people go, I'm going to retire. Basically what they're saying is they're getting ready to go to sleep. So that's why you find people, like, what I don't understand, like, because I sit down for like a day. Let's just say I sat down for a day. Like, that's a bad day for me, that.
Oh, going on holiday. I hate it.
Wow, you're mad. I don't like holidays either.
I hate holidays. I hate them. I hate them. I'll never forget. When like all that madness in lockdown, like when I was building the business in the years before, I didn't have a holiday. I couldn't afford one in terms of time or investment. Like every penny was back in the business, in equipment, in staff wages, and I couldn't have a week off. Like and then lockdown hit, and it was all a bit weird. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're getting this job for it?" Like, fuck off! I'm not putting anything in my body. But I was one of them. I was like, I'm not getting a COVID passport. Fuck the COVID. And I forget I booked to go to Mexico a bit after it. And I was probably looking forward to it because like I really wanted to go to Mexico. And it was the first holiday I'd had in years. And by day 2, I shit you not, I seen 2 buckets by the pool with the pool fella was cleaning. And I thought, obviously there's a few nice cars around here, like, if I just went to the front I could make a great reel on cleaning the car in Mexico. And I was actually convincing myself, like, I should do this. And I was like, I sat there and was like, oh, I'm fucking obsessed, man. It's like, and then I went to the bar, and then as I got more pissed, I thought, yeah, it's a good idea, that. Thinking, I'll just get some buckets and then, like, make a reel, clean the car. The front's content while I'm on holiday, innit? And I remember thinking, like, no, Liam, you're a borderline knobhead. Like, just day 2, you're bored.
Yeah.
Every beach holiday I go on, I think I would much rather be working. And now we're going on holiday, and as my job's advanced, where I'm not actually doing service as much now. Like, very rarely I'll clean a car or anything like that. My staff are phenomenal. Like, my work now is majority of it's on my phone or my like laptop. And I love it because I get to go on holiday and I can work.
Wow. Okay. What would you say the most painful lesson in business has been so far? Because I guarantee you've got many more.
Do you know what? This is a question I'll probably struggle to answer because there's so many.
Okay.
I watched. Do you know who Alex Hormozi is?
I was about to refer to him before, but I left that out.
Alex Hormozi is brilliant.
I'm sponsoring too many people here.
Yeah. And he did a reel a couple of weeks ago, and do you know what? I've never felt anything in my soul so much. Wow. And he says, like, when people congratulate you in business, but like you're like, it's so painful. So I'd say there's many, but I think one of the things that jumps out to me as one of the most painful things in your business journey is when you outgrow people, and then they go from a friend, an associate, a business, whatever they may be, and they not only turn on you, but then they stab you in the back. And I'd say over the years, I've had so many people I've just outgrew from different, you know, I've got more successful and they typically haven't. And the compliments turn to resentments. Like, and it happens non-stop. Like, the Americans have a saying that every level has a different devil. And that is so true. So even now, I lose people now. And it's people you wouldn't expect. You think you've got a successful circle. And then the next thing you'll get a comment, like you'll get onto it and go, oh, is that the top version of that car? Or, you know, isn't there a better version of that watch you've got? Now you hear them like backhanded like comments. And you're like, wow, how's this happening again? Like, you hear the little backhanded comment, the backhanded comments, and you can tell it's a bit of jealousy.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, for example, when I got my G-Wagon a couple of weeks ago, the G63, someone said to me, now it isn't brand new, but it's not old. So I've got a mate who's a car dealer, and he basically gave me that car before he paid for it. But then when I showed it to one of my mates who's also quite successful and I've been friends with for years, he went, oh, it's not the new shape though that's come out in 2025 with the new lights, is it? And you know, when why did you say that? And I looked him straight in the face and I couldn't help myself because I'm a cunt. And I did the classic fucking Andrew Tate one. What colour's your G-Wagon?
What colour's your
where's your fucking what G-Wagon have you got, mate? You've got a fucking... He's got an old car, and I think, I wouldn't say that to you, like, your car's your car, whatever. And this was a guy who's, like, quite successful in his own right, but when he's in the car, he said that backhanded thing, and I was like, for one, I got this car for absolutely peanuts, what my mate sold it me for, I'll sell it in a year, and I'll make money. Like, I'm done, it's not like you have to prove yourself, I've walked into deals, I've had brand new Porsches, I've had all sorts of brand new cars, and I'd never do it again, because you're a knobhead, you lose a fortune on them. I think the last Porsche I lost 22 grand on it.
It's a funny story you say that. My mate lent me his Porsche about 2 weeks ago, and I had it for the weekend. I just want to give him it back.
You want to?
I'd just give him it back.
Why?
Because it doesn't bring anything to me. Like cars and things like that. I if I like a person, I like them for them. Like I'd rather have a sophisticated conversation about great stuff than like have external things be the main topic.
Yeah, no, but you're not a car person, really, are you?
No. Not a huge car person.
I think you can talk about the negativity around cars where you get friends who say things like that to you. The cars create jealousy or envy and whichever of emotions they don't know because they've not got it. And me sat there with that car, it's like, it isn't that great. Like, they're all right, they're good. But I think being into cars, you meet so many good people. And it is like a little mini community, I'd say. Like, the Fast and the Furious film started it. And people who just love cars, they just talk a language no one else knows.
Okay.
Like, they just get it. Engines,
That's
power.
why I haven't got that. That's why I haven't got that language of it.
A car's like personality. And my favourite vehicle I own, funny enough, is me van that I started off with. Me van, I've had it for nearly a decade, and it built the businesses. It built UBV, built Performance PPL, it built Mighty Fibre, and it's still building now. And I won't sell it. And if someone says to me like, "Why that one? But you've got this, you've got that," and I'm like, "It's like, you don't get it. It's a car person thing. You just got so much personality to it, memories, and that's just a thing car people get and non-car people don't."
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe that's the reason then. I just never really like. It doesn't. Yeah, maybe that's it. I just doesn't really bother. And even that goes for anything. Like, I don't really care what anyone's got. I just like, if I'd just rather have a really powerful conversation. So like you said, your friend said like, I don't even know if you're still friends after the comment.
It's mad as you get older, isn't it? Because I don't think when you're younger, you one piece of advice I think you pass on as well as you get a bit older. Sound like we're talking like we're 80 on this podcast, don't we? Like we're old as fuck. One thing, I think when you get a bit older, you don't necessarily make a big song and dance about falling out with someone, you just distance, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not like I said to him, "You're a fucking prick, what colour's your fucking G-Wagon, fuck off." I got onto what he did. I made a comment back quick that educated him that I knew he knew what he did, sort of thing.
Yeah, you made him aware, for sure.
Yeah, and then you don't speak about it, but it's like, I'm not fell out with you. I've got no bad blood against you, but I'll never make effort with you again now.
Okay, yeah.
And then you just sort of exit people out your circle that way, I think. So, but when you're younger and, you know, you'd have a bit of an argument with someone, you'd be like, fuck you, and then you don't talk and it's all a bit weird. But I think as you mature, you just think to yourself, I don't really want to I've not got the energy for this. Like, energy is, like, so important as well. Like, we can get onto that. Energy, like, what you give situations or people or things, like, you're taking battery life from yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
It sounds a bit, like, cringy, that off. Like, someone's probably said that on another podcast, haven't they? But do you know what I mean? Like, energy is so important. It's something that I'm big on, that I'm very, very exclusive who I give energy to these days.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. What does life look like now?
Stress. Pure stress. Do you know what? I always laugh. I'm not like a rapper or anything, but do you know the Biggie?
Don't rap, lad.
I can't rap.
Don't rap.
I can't rap. I'm not fucking a rapper. Not a Liverpool rapper. I wish I was. But do you know the song?
You got the cards for it.
I know. You
can do the
music
rap
video on that, rap name, like.
We'll do that at the end.
Yeah, we won't. But
Lewis can rap.
The song, Notorious B.I.G. More money, more problems.
Yeah.
It's the fucking truest fucking saying ever.
Yeah.
So what does life look like? Stress, constant challenges, nothing's ever good enough. You know, you don't sleep, you want to work all the time, and then you've got to juggle providing for your family, your kids. You're thinking, am I being a good enough dad? Am I spending enough time with the kids? I didn't have a great relationship with my dad. I don't really fucking know the cunts.
Wow.
We're so alike and we just don't get on, and we never have got on. He's never been really a part of my life. So for me, it's very important to be a good dad, be a good provider, and, you know, not only just a provider in, like, your relationship for your kids, like people around you, even like your staff. Like, you know, it weighs heavy on my shoulders thinking, if I do something really fucking stupid, then people's jobs are like, they have mortgages, they have bills.
Oh yeah.
And, like, that pressure's good, but, you know, I think, as you know, what does life look like? It looks like a constant juggle. What can I do more of? Am I failing at this? Am I doing that?
Yeah.
Am I being a good person? Have I been a good dad? How much time have I spent with the kids this week? Did I complete all my goals this week? What have I got to do next week? Have I earned me fucking clothes?
Wow, okay.
It's just,
No.
it's like a juggle. That's what I describe life like, a juggle. And you're always, I feel like, a question, probably going to go into a question with this, but I feel like as you get more experience in this, you manage stress better. So I remember early on in business, I would always be like, oh, I've completed all my goals this week. I never finish a week done. I'm always behind.
Yeah.
Like, as you get busier, your priorities grow. And there's always someone who wants my attention. Always an email I've got to send. Always an invoice I've got to do. Always a conversation I've got to follow up with. And I constantly feel like I'm running behind, chasing my tail. But it's good.
Yeah. So you're always critiquing yourself, aren't you? Where can I go better? It's like percentages, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I say, like, you're playing like, I don't play the Xbox by any means, but
Defo does, doesn't he?
But let's say you play Xbox and you start with, like, you're playing a boxing game and you first start with your character. It's got stats on it. We need to get the right hand up, we need to get the left hand up, etc. As you face bigger bosses. Alex Mosey talks about this all the time. You know, each level has a new boss. It's like, I tried it this way, and last level's tactics won't beat the next level's boss. And like you said then,
I have a saying that I say to people. I get questions all the time like, oh, why should we book in training courses with you? And you can never answer them and say, because I'm this, I'm that. It's got to be about them. So I always say to them, look, I'm not going to sit here and give you some sales pitch, but what are you going to do to get to what you want? So you tell me your dream life as a detailer, what you want to achieve. And they tell me all these things. I want this car, I want that. And I say, how are you going to get it? And they go, well, I'm going to do this, this, this. And it's normally more of what they're already doing. And I always repeat back to them and say, so you're going to do more of what isn't working and hope for a different result. And then they sort of realise then that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then because I've achieved it, it justifies then. And they're like, so when's your availability?
Yeah. like, they're scaling the problem, aren't they?
Yeah. And I think that's the thing about, like, what a lot of people in my industry especially don't get. It's all, like, gimmicky sales tactics. Whereas I am like, it isn't about me, it's about you. Tell me what your problems are and tell me how you're going to fix them now. And when they can't answer that, it's like you almost make people realise they don't know what they're on about, but you have the solution.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things in life and business, I think. And, you know, Alex Mosey says it a lot as well. Like, some of the stuff he says is brilliant.
Mate, it's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
I've sat there and not slept, like, for an hour or
But
two,
even the
just
two
thinking,
of them are, like, what's his partner's name? I can't pronounce it, I don't think. Like, is it, what's her name? Lena or something? Or
Lena.
Like,
Lena
they're
Hummel,
both,
yeah.
they're both amazing.
Leela, yeah. Like, she speaks incredible.
Yeah, like, it's like they're almost, the vibe is like, they're both on the same level, but they're not competing. It's so amazing.
If I was a girl, she would be the model to watch, like, as someone to create a business. Just the way Alex Mosey has a way of putting stuff that's so complicated into such a baby language.
Yeah, he's definitely got ChatGPT Plus.
Lad, he's up to something. I've only got the £20 a month subscription, lad. Obviously he's paying something that I haven't seen.
He's on premium, isn't he? But yeah, it's like he's so good at wording things, isn't he? But
wow.
I suppose, like he says, though, it's not by accident. It's showing up every day. My favourite saying he says, if I told you that you were going to try and do something 200 times, and you're going to fail, but on the 201st time you're going to win, how quick would you be in a rush to fail and be told no, theoretically? Yeah. I love that saying.
I've never heard that one from.
Yeah, I think I got it right. I think I got it wrong a bit, but you get what I'm trying to say. If you got told no 200 times, but on the 201st time you got told yes, how quick would you be in a rush to be rejected and told no? Yeah. And do you know that saying? Like, it might sound odd for someone starting out and be like, what, you fucking long-haired prick, what are you on about? But then when you're actually in business and you realise rejection, then you get a big yes. Like, people skyrocket overnight.
Yeah. He has a good saying in it, volume delegates luck. Mm-hmm. So volume, just vast volume of more. Obviously not in the way of scaling the problem. And me and Lewis were speaking about this the other day, well, not the other day, before, and you've already achieved the things that you said would make you happy.
Yeah.
Wow. Mate, when he said that, like you said, I want this car, I want this, you get it, you're like,
shit, that.
Oh. Like, when I was 17, I wanted to get my driving licence, mate, we're done. We've won. We've won life when we get this. Watch when I jump in that course, we're won. Like, if that was the biggest achievement and that was the main reason, like, you don't think about that no more. So you've already achieved the thing you say to make you happy. So it's not actually one thing we're chasing the pursuit of, like, goals in a sense.
Yeah.
How do you handle pressure? Because you mentioned stress, and you've got a lot going on. You've got 2 children. You've got obviously the performance
PPL.
Performance PPL. You do obviously the mentoring.
Well, I own 4 companies.
Okay, so
how do I deal with?
How do you deal with pressure? Because people who own one company have a certain amount of pressure. People who've just got a family have a certain amount of pressure and normal. How do you run 4 businesses? By the way, I didn't know that. How do you run 4 businesses and handle the pressure, knowing, like you said, you've got to put more staff in play, and then you can't mess up as well because they've got mortgages?
Digest the problem. So a method I like to... I'll give you an analogy of it. A method I like to teach to people as well. If I took you into an all-you-can-eat restaurant and told you to eat everything in there, you'd be overwhelmed. And in the early days, I'd be overwhelmed by my problems. And I always say to, like, trainees and people that when you go into an all-you-can-eat restaurant, you're not told to eat all the food. You just get a little plate, little bit. Write all your jobs down, or your problems, or whatever's going on in your life, and pick the easiest one. Keep working through them. And treat everything like a stage of projects. And, you know, and then by doing that, you just get more experience in dealing with problems. Like, I'll never forget the problems I had, like, 10 years ago. I would laugh at them now. Like young lads who start off in business, or they come to me for advice, and like, oh, I've got tax problems, I've got VAT problems, I've got this problem, I've got that problem. And I never forget once I had a trainee, and when he first got into like VAT, and he had VAT problems and stuff like that, and he got a big tax bill. I remember this trainee ringing me on a weekend, and he was nearly crying, and he was going on holiday the week after, and he was like, I'm cancelling the holiday, and I was laughing on the phone, and he said, what are you laughing at, getting that stressed? And I was laughing because I remember doing the same thing to one of my friends, like, oh, I've got this big tax bill, I've got this VAT problem, and I remember my friend saying to me, oh, shut up, and he was dead chilled. And it was such a moment where I was doing it back to a young lad. I was giggling, but I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing at, God, I remember when I was stressed over this. Now it's like, fuck all. Like, tax and VAT problems, it's just part of the nature of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you've become like conditioned to it. Like, it's like a minor scratch now, where it was a big disaster. It's just like a little scratch on the surface. I love
problems now.
Yeah.
I love a problem.
Yeah.
Because you get to solve it.
Yeah.
You get to think of a solution. Because people overcomplicate business. You said before about money. Money is a tool, but people overcomplicate business like it's some title, like entrepreneur, like a CEO. I fucking hate when people call themselves CEO. Some fucking daft twat. Some daft twat who's got a one-man band business and fucking Instagram bio like a CEO. You don't even know what a CEO means. It's actually not that good, if you in some respects. But anyway.
I'm glad you didn't ask me what it meant, because I don't know what it means.
It means you're a fucking bellend in some cases.
Thought you were going to ask me to actually state what the letters are.
If you're on Instagram saying that you're a CEO, you probably shouldn't be on Instagram, and you're probably not a CEO.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
A CEO is not on fucking social media, no. Like, ooh, fucking what's Becky doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, wankers, mate, honest to God. What's Becky and Dave doing? Fuck off.
This podcast is sponsored by Unlock You 2.0, a men's online fitness coaching business that specialises in helping men drop body fat, gain confidence, and create new habits, and create a new healthy lifestyle going forward. If anyone is interested, follow the page. So, the 4 businesses, what are they?
So, the UBV, Urban Valets, that is service-based, so it's valet and detailing, training, online training. And then the Products Performance PPL, that's our detailing products we manufacture and ship all over the world. The cloths is Mighty Fibre, and as it says on the tin, we sell really high-quality cloths on the website. And like drying towels, so everything around the care of cars, like I said at the start. And then the company I've just launched is around marketing side of it, and it's called WeDoCarCare.com.
Okay.
And I'm creating a system. Basically, the blueprint of how we sell what we do is pretty easy in my eyes. So I basically created a system which gains people work for free. And it's genuinely like a thing that's just going to help people, because I'm quite passionate. Like, when my journey started out, it was fucking hard. We get people who come to me now and they say, oh, it's really hard, like I can't get work. Bro, when I fucking started this, I was fresh out of fucking jail. I was in a fucking recession. And everyone thought car washes were good then. Everyone's like, oh, the car wash, they're professionals. I'm like, so anyway, do you want to pay me 6 times the price of the car wash in my van?
Difficult, yeah.
And I'm like, you've no idea what hard was, bro. When I started out, people would not pay you £40 to spend 4 hours cleaning the car.
No.
And then you had to drive there, insurance, tax, your fucking products. You'd ruin your clothes. It'd be like, there's so much cost to it. Like, and I'd be like, and you're telling me it's hard. But at the same time, I do sympathise, because social media's made it hard. But we have the most successful trainees in the full industry. And anyone I touch recently, they turn to gold. And I've basically pondered for a while and thought, I can make a system that can do this for free. And how it's free, the products fund it. So people who buy into my product brand and they're buying products, I'm already paying for ads and marketing for the products off the profit they provide me by buying and supporting our brands. And it's like a big circle.
It's
like
a machine, isn't it?
It's like an engine. Funny enough, it's car related.
It's a machine, yeah.
I'll write that one down, Lois. But yeah, it's, and off that already, I'm already spending money on ads. I'm already doing these things anyway. So why not build a system that benefits everyone else?
Oh yeah.
I think everyone's got a fucking pyramid scheme these days. It's like buying for this or get this, and like there's always a benefit somewhere on an agenda. And I don't think anyone actually does anything to genuinely help. And the more I feel like I make things or do things that genuinely help people, Like you help yourself as well. You know, you grow too.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what I'm
It's
doing.
value, isn't it?
Yeah.
You give value to the audience. Do you think a lot of detailers or valeters, do you think they underprice themselves? They
1,000,000%.
devalue themselves?
1,000,000%.
Because, for instance, my friend, she was getting a car clean the other day, and the fella come on, but like, he done a good job in my eyes. Like, it's just the car looked clean, whatever. And she was like, £30, and he was on it for 2 hours. I was like,
Wow.
she was like, that's cheap, isn't it? I was like, yeah, that seems very cheap. What do you think people are fearful about putting the price up and actually holding themselves to a higher value due to the fact that they're scared they will get work, or they think they mightn't get work?
What a lot of them do, they make a social media, they make a Facebook and Instagram, they start posting a bit, and you know, a bit of word of mouth works for them. But none of them understand, which is the biggest tip I'm going to say to anyone watching this: target market. Who is your target market? Who do you sell to? Because Debbie, who works in B&M, who is going to pay. She, like, I'll say this in the most respectful way, that someone who sees detailing or a service in general as a treat, or I've put my car in for a treat. Like, as much as you can appreciate that client, and you know, it makes me feel shit saying it, but they're not your customer.
Okay.
The car wash is their customer.
Okay.
We are a solution to a problem. Someone who's busy, or someone who has an expensive vehicle and they need them done to a standard, like for example, a show, an event, you know, these are the people you need to target, because you are not a treat or anything. You are a solution to a problem. And when my industry opens its eyes to that, about who are these people? Who are people that need cars? Like, for example, people who are building like specialist cars. In my industry, they slag off the car dealerships. They're like, oh, dealerships, oh, they sell this crappy protection product, or they clean car shit. Mate, they're still sending out 50 fucking cars a week, mate. It's a solution. Someone's got to get that money on there. And when they start opening their eyes to target market in any service-based industry, that's when it clicks.
So they're going for a lower level audience, in a sense of like, where they just, someone who hasn't really got a passion for cars, in a sense, you're just like, yeah, it needs clean, we'll go around, it's 15 quid.
They're the worst customers. In the come-up years when I started out, I learned the saying, the cheapest seats have the loudest boos. You do someone's car. I remember you'd do someone's car for 60 quid and he'd want your ass for 60 quid. Like, it was, and then when you're putting your price up, it's very scary. But now I've got the kind of customers. I have a customer who has a car collection worth millions. He has like a lot of royal family owned stuff and stuff like that. And like the invoice is like 20 grand plus VAT for like taking cars apart, putting them back together, every inch of these cars. And the reason is they're auction cars, they're going to competitions and shows, they collect items. So they need to be that level of value. Yeah. And then it's mad, like, when you think back, like I remember putting my price for a full valet from £40 to £60. Now it's like I'm ringing customers saying, look, it's going to be 20 grand plus VAT, and it's going to take me a couple of weeks.
That's amazing. And
they're like, oh, and I'm like, are you paying it or what? Like, you just get better in understanding it.
Do you find like a lower level price as well? People barter with the lower level price, but then let's just say you ring someone and say it's 20, or like it's 20 grand, and you're like, you message them, say, I think Alex Mosey says this, he says, did you send that money? He's like, yeah, I sent it like yesterday. Like, yeah, they haven't, like, they see us, even with like the coaching for me, when I speak to my mate and he said, lad, if I see value in it, it doesn't matter the price.
I've got a customer, and I did a couple of cars for him for a show. I quoted it like 5 cars, and I think that invoice was near about 20 grand. And I've only done, this was like a year ago, I've only done 3 of the cars on the list, and he's paid me already in full. And I said, look, one of the cars he actually sold, he hasn't even got it now. Yeah. He said, oh, I made money on it, so it went. And I said, well, what are we going to do about that invoice? And he's like, oh, we'll sort it on something else. Yeah. That's how it is.
Wow.
Just,
amazing. That's amazing.
And that's because it's a solution, because he needed them cars to a certain level to auction them off, sell them, whatever he was doing with them. I think a lot of them were royal family owned that was going through a bit of an auction and needed to be right. But it's just a solution to them. It's you know, it's simple as you're providing a service. They need that service that increases the value of their product. Cool. The price is the price. But don't get me wrong, there is a dark side to that. There, you do hear no a lot, like we were saying before. You do hear people go, oh, I'm not paying that, I don't want that, or a guy can do it cheaper. But as you get busier and you get more experienced in business, you don't take it personal anymore. Like, you're just like, okay, no problem. Because realistically, you're not bothered then because you're happy that someone else is going to get that headache.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what separates your product from the rest on the market? Because I can imagine a lot of products on the market are very... Yeah, well, I'm just going to speak in a sense of shit, okay? Like I said, I don't know about cars, I don't know the products and stuff like that, but what would you say if I was a new buyer and, like, and I come to you and said, Liam, listen, I'm brand spanking car, like, what separates your product from the rest of them? What would you say?
My first thing, and I do actually get asked this question, I can literally reel off the grading simulation tests, what's in the products, why they do what they do, how we can prove what we can prove, and I speak with logic rather than opinion. Like,
I think you're doing that car language again. I don't think I understand car language.
Logic and opinion.
No, well, the grading and
so a lot of products. It's funny, in our industry, there's no governing body, so any sort of test you get to determine how good a product is has to be done independent. Now, there's some bodies in like Europe and things like that, like governing bodies that they're not that big because it's not a big industry. So to prove your product's worth, it's either via content or genuine testing.
Okay.
But the problem with social media, everyone's going to say their product's the best. I'm going to say my product's the best.
Yeah.
Whether you show it or not, it's a different matter.
You've done a piece of content about this.
Yeah.
I did watch that.
But I think for us, when people ask me, I speak, like I say, in logic rather than opinion, because I'm going to say mine's the best.
Obviously.
I'm going to say, buy my stuff, please. I want you to buy it. I need to buy more G-Wagons and stuff. But
one's not enough.
I want more. I love cars. I want more cars. And it's not in an egotistical way either. But I love fucking cars, and there's nothing wrong with saying, I want to get more money. I want to buy more cars. I want to live more. I want to experience more things. I want to go on more holidays and pretend I want to be on the holiday, but I really want to work. But the be-all and end-all is back up your results.
Evidence.
Yeah, everyone's going to say they're the best. Everyone wants you to buy their product. And the more people are honest about that, the world's going to be a better place. It's like me saying to you, why should someone train with you or do your coaching programs and things like that? You could sit and go, well, I think or I know of or whatever. And you know what the important thing as well, you can follow on from this? I think I have a great saying that I say to all trainees. I think personal brand is so good as well. I always say to trainees, right, I don't like red cars.
Okay.
I don't like red cars.
Is that because that's the standard model that comes out of the factory?
I just don't fucking like red cars. I just think red cars, I just don't think they're attractive to look at. I like a black car. I like a white car.
Okay.
I like silver. But the highest selling colour in Ferrari is red. One of the highest selling colours of car in the world is red. So someone out there likes red cars. Let's establish that.
So I worked in a factory once when they was giving cars, creating cars. I worked in Jaguar Land Rover, and I'm sure the bog standard car was red.
Probably is, yeah. But the point I'm making, some person out there, I don't like red cars. I like these colours. But some people must like red cars because it's one of the highest selling colours, yeah. But the be-all and end-all is, that doesn't fucking matter because some people like blonde girls, some people like brunettes, some people like ginger girls, whatever. Some people like gym girls, some people even like fat birds. Okay, we're leaving that in as well. But some people even like fat birds, yeah. But the thing about life is, as well...
What if you like individually per different week?
Then you're going to be stressed. Then you are stressed. But
depending on the seasons.
The point is, yeah, whatever you like, whether you like red car, black car, whether you like a fat bird, a thin bird, a ginger girl, a brunette, blonde, it doesn't matter to the next person. Someone else likes something else and they can't describe why. Yeah. So not everyone's going to like you in business. Not everyone's. No. Some people are just not going to like your product or you or your brand or your personal brand, whichever. And that's okay. Yeah, okay. Because someone else does.
Okay, yeah.
But apart from people who like fat birds, that's weird. It's really weird. I'm saying it. I'm putting it in. It's just one of them.
What I like about yourself, lad, and really stands out with yourself, is you try and you stay who you are. You don't try and mimic someone you're not. On your contest especially, like, you say a lot of stuff and it's like you're not scared to offend people.
I feel like the more I accepted to be myself on content, the more I accepted it, the more my business grew.
For sure.
the more we got booked, the more products we sold, because people relate to an opinion or a leader or something. People want to, like psychology tells us, people like to be a part of something. So the more I tell people to fuck off, and you say things like, I don't like fat people, fuck you. Like, someone's going to be watching this, be like, oh, I fucking don't care, I'm going to eat my Mackies now. And they're not going to like what I said, but at the end of the day, they're not going to buy off me either.
Yeah.
So the more things you say that offend people, the more people relate to you and gravitate to you. And I mean, it's I'm not trying to say I want to purposely offend people. That's not very nice.
No.
Sometimes it's quite funny. But not trying to purposely hurt people's feelings, but the more you're honest, and I think the world needs that now. Too many people pander.
Honesty, people respect honesty for sure.
The world's mad. People pander to people's emotions and feelings. Like, what happened to, like, men who used to go to war and shit like that? And, like, you look at the news now, you turn on the news, and it's like, the stuff that's going on and the emotions. I was watching a video, funny enough, you might have seen this video in your industry, and I was crying, laughing. There's a lad who'd, like, pulled out of a high rock. Is that how you say it?
High rocks, yeah.
Adults fucking sports day. And
never thought
it's a fucking adult sports day. High rocks. It's like a fucking cult. I go to the gym, I've done boxing, and I watch these high rocks. I'm going off on it, they're fucking getting it. These high
gonna end up
people,
doing burpees over the wall in a minute.
These high rocks people, yeah. Do you do high rocks?
I've done a little bit.
Oh, he's confessing now, isn't he?
You know what hybrid rock stands for?
What?
Hybrid rockstar.
A what?
Hybrid rockstar. Seeing that, and I was like,
it's pure sussy, that, innit? Like, their search history needs checking.
Yeah.
Right, so I seen this video the other day. I've always thought, I don't get it. Right, not against anyone's opinion, but I feel like they strike me as an adult sports day of people who are a bit. It's an adult sports day of people who are a bit scared to be punched in the face. So, isn't it? So, I seen a thing the other day, a video going around in the fitness industry, and it was a guy who'd had to pull out of the high rocks competition. He was saying, I've trained for weeks, and he was crying on camera.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck has happened to men? Like, were you crying on social media about having to pull out of a competition? Like, it is what it is, isn't it? You wasn't ready. Yeah. It's like you with your injury.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I started following you and why I agreed to this podcast was because of your mindset and your motivation. Like, you wrote on the mirror and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If I seen you do pull out of a high rocks competition, I wouldn't be sat here and you're crying on you. I'd be like, I'm following him. Fuck him. But these people are on there crying. Like, what has happened to men?
I was begging the doctor, like, can we speed this process up, please? And, like, I was looking, and he was going, Alex, you need to calm down a little bit. And I was like, no, we'll be all right, trust me. No, Alex, calm down a little bit, because
I think there's a fine line there, which I'd probably like to go on about, but I'm not saying emotion as a man isn't good, because we do deal with a lot of shit. Like, as men, like, and business, being a parent, and, you know, just generally being a fucking man, I think there is that thing about emotions, and there is a high suicide rate of men, so, you know, it is very real, but I think it takes accountability. Like, one of the best things I ever heard in life is everything's your fault.
Yeah.
Everything's your fault. You put yourself in that position somewhere. Like, you did that, so fix it, or crying about it's not going to get any better.
We're going to refer to our best friend, who's referred to it all.
Have you read this book?
No, I've got Alex Mosey's books. Like,
have you read it?
No. 50% for it.
The new ones.
$100 million leads. No, I've not read them.
I'm going to be honest. I bought it, didn't I? And I've not read it yet. So I'll give you that.
So we're both from the bad books on the books. And he says, wherever you point the finger, where the power goes. And that's so true. Like, but my life's because of this person, or my life's today's bad because of this, or I had an argument with this person, that's why this is happening. It's like, no, it's me. Even if it's not my fault, I might not say it to them, like, but I'll say, well, I put myself in that position to be in that position, so it is my fault, and then I ultimately gain all the power back, and then I can resolve that problem then. But if I put, it's Liam's fault, it's like, Liam's got all the power now, he's wielding the power round, and I'm like hopeless because I can't do anything like in a sense to change that unless I change it and reframe it in my mind, if you get what I'm saying with that.
And it all boils down to, you know, being accountable with yourself, and I think that's a good practice to have, and I do that a lot. I'm always dead honest with myself, and like we talk about making lists and writing things down on mirrors and, you know, non-negotiables lists and stuff like that, but I think it's good sometimes to sit down and go, am I being honest with myself?
Yeah, for sure. Drop me like ego, like you've got to, your ego's trying to fight some of the things you're not being honest about, aren't they? And you're like, I've got to be honest with myself. And then you're honest and you're like, oh, I feel...
Yeah, you
That was all right, that.
Yeah, yeah.
Should have done that like last week, isn't it?
Yeah, you feel better instantly, and I think
Yeah.
even sometimes like a thing that I practice a lot in business now. It's totally off topic, but similar to with accountability. I'm very patient before I make decisions or answer someone now. I try and make decisions as fast as I can in business because fortune favours speed. But I don't react to things quick. Like if someone sends an email or they want to ask a question, I like to try and put a bit of effort into the answer or think more methodically about the answer rather than just, something out there. I like to have a bit of something about it, like assess the situation, assess the best way to serve that person or help them, and be sort of accountable to yourself and go, challenge myself all the time. Go, am I improving in little things? Am I improving in how I answered that and having a bit more patience to it? How I did that certain thing. I think accountability comes into everything.
It's heaven.
Everything.
It's heaven. There's a question I seen on your Instagram, and I had to write this one down when I seen it because
Who asked it?
no. So this isn't. Sorry, we'll get to that bit.
Okay.
You're very respected in the industry. Yeah. Wow, that because like when you sent me them over, I was like, calm down, lad. I only thought about 3 or 4 questions, lad. You had pages full, didn't you? Like,
yeah.
But these people are like, you get people who probably ask themselves questions to answer their own questions. But lad, these were just legit, like bum bum bum, and they were asking like really solid questions. But you mentioned on your Instagram that you were speaking to someone the other week, and you actually mentioned about before. You said you got a billionaire friend. Like I've never heard anyone say that. By the way, I've heard people say I've got a millionaire friend, but not a B. That's a big number, depending on who you're around. But you said that you say, let's just say for instance, you earn 50k a month, and then you speak to your friend, and they're like, "Don't worry, Liam, you'll be on 50k a week soon." But they're like how? Why do you think people like in the normal day-to-day society, 50k a year is like you've made it, you've won, you've won, haven't you?
It's a high-paid job in this day and age, isn't it?
But like, would you say the circle and the people you're around influences that way you think in a money metric?
So, I'll answer that question on the person who said that to me is a billionaire, and how I met him was just doing my job.
Wow.
Being consistent. I was cleaning a car one day and he walked past with his dog, and it was on a really nice area. And I'm going to be honest, the person who said it, he doesn't wear flashy clothes. He has flashy cars, but he doesn't really drive them. Day to day, he drives like an old Land Rover around.
Okay.
So you'd look at him and think, oh, he's just like an old fella, he's just cracking on. But people who say things like that to you, and being around that circle, you meet them by doing the little tasks, doing the little things. Everyone thinks like, everyone's after the new get rich quick scheme, or how can I do this, or how can I get success. Repetitions of what you're already good at.
Yeah.
Putting yourself in situations and in circles where what you do can be in them circles. Like, for example, people used to say to me, oh, you're just a car cleaner, for example. Yeah, but guess who has really nice cars? Really rich people. So if I can get to them, I can clean their car. I can ask them questions. So every really successful client I had in my come-up years, I used to. Do you know what? I'm gonna give you the fucking sickest thing ever. Now I learned, right? Yeah. So it refers back to this. I used to, when I got around them successful people, I'd be any chance to ask them a question. Now, once I had a window cleaner. I'm gonna tell you this story, right? This changed my fucking life. I just remembered it then. I used to have this window cleaner, yeah, and he was an old fella in an old van. Must have been £1,000 van. And he used to come and do the windows. And I'm gonna be honest, he was fucking shit. But he was an old fella, and he was always dead nice. He charged like £4 or something like that to clean your windows. And because I'm quite inquisitive and I got onto things, he used to always ask me questions about my car or my daughter. And I started noticing this pattern, like the numbers. I'm a number guy, so the numbers started going in my head. I'm thinking, right, he charges £4 a house. He only charges you £4 every 2 weeks. He's fucking shit for a start. How many customers must he have to sustain his business? But he always remembers a detail about me. Like, how many customers must he have? The numbers were going through my head. So anyway, he'd always remember like what car I had or what I'd been, or like, oh, you took your daughter somewhere last weekend, didn't you? And I'd be like, he's got a fucking good. It's like he's too good. It's untrue. Yeah. So I started watching him. I was getting obsessed with him. I started like conspiracy theorying about him, yeah. And every time he'd come to my house and take his £4 for the fucking streaky windows, he'd write down his little book something. He had this book, but I thought that book is too small to be his clients. Like I noticed he had like a list and then this little book. So he'd go off to his van, writing this book. And the next time I seen him, I said, "Can I ask you a question? What is that little book? Like, you remember everything." And he said, "Do you want me to let you in a secret?" He said, "It's just my book. I write about me customers, and I remember to ask them things." He said, he made a joke, man, as I'm getting old. And then I started talking to him, and it turned out, basically, he was like 75. He was doing window cleaning. But he lived on a road in Rainhill, and it was like St. James's Road, the big houses. Yeah. And he was like, "I live on St. James's Road." He said, "I used to, in the 70s and stuff like in the 60s, I made a lot of success in the coal industry, haulage and things like that." Turned out the cunt was a millionaire, right? And then sadly, his wife had died. One of his kids had moved to Australia. And he said, "I started out as a clock boy," I think he called it, like an alarm clock boy. So back before like we had iPhones and stuff, I used to knock on people's houses and wake them up in the morning. And then he said, "I started window cleaning. I started all these little jobs. And then I got into the coal sort of haulage." He said, "When my wife died and my kids moved to Australia, I decided to do window cleaning." And this guy taught me so much about like personal brand, remembering things and stuff like that. Just because he didn't need to clean windows. He just was so fucking done with life. Like, things that happened to him. He went back to basics. And even at his age, doing window cleaning, that was his method. Like, he took it so serious.
Yeah. Well, Jim Rohn, do you know what that is?
Jim
Rohn's an old school mentor who taught a lot of the philosophy to these days, and he says, have a journal, write people's names down, and write what the last conversation you had with them.
What are we like and work for names? Oh, we are so shit with it. And when
I thought you were going to say you're obsessive with names.
No, we are obsessed because we're so shit. Because when people would book in, like, constant trainee, we have trainees every week going on for months, and it's not even that like you're ignorant and you can't remember people's names. It's just you've got that much going through your head. I'd forget my own name if it wasn't my name. And we all do a thing, like we started doing this thing where we forget the trainee's name, and then sometimes you can't even check the invoice because the invoice is it's like the company name, and we'd be like, "Andy," I say, "What's your name again, mate?" And like you'd all be nodding each other, say, ask the trainee what the name is again. So what we do now at the start of every course, we actually write the name down and do a list about them, like a profile. And when we started doing this method of training, the training got better. We knew more about them. It got more of a personal aspect.
Well, it is. They say it's a lot more personal when you remember the name. Like you refer them to the name.
But do you not hate when people get people get your name wrong? So my name's Liam. Do you know if someone calls me Lee?
All right, Lee.
I want to fucking punch the face in.
Lee.
All right, Lee.
You got a second, mate?
I go this gym sometimes in Widnes, and it's called Optimum Fitness.
Okay, I know that.
Have you been to it?
Yeah, many times.
The fella who owns it, Chris, is the biggest man.
Yeah.
He's huge. And he goes, "All right, Lee."
He can kickbox as well, can't he?
I've just seen the size of him. He should be like a film star. He's massive. And he's the only person in my life who goes, "All right, Lee." And I just haven't got it in me to say nothing to him. I'm just like, I'm fucking Lee now. But like if a trainee or someone or in business says Lee, I don't say it like finger. I say, "My name's Liam." I don't like being called Lee. And not against fucking Lees, like I'm not Leeist or nothing like that. But Chris calls me Lee, and I'm like, I'm Lee. Yeah, sound. But that's a pet hate of mine. So I always try and respect that about other people. If the name's Samantha, I wouldn't call them Sam.
Yeah.
Even if they ask me, I'd be like Samantha.
Yeah, so you try and call them by the full names. You don't try and like split them.
Until they tell you to fuck off and say stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because like some people like call, I don't know, like what's the first one? Becky. It's a bit of a scatty name, that, isn't it? Sorry for Becky's. But like Rebecca, call me Becky. All right,
well,
thanks.
It's funny you said I refer to everyone by the full name, and they go, "No one ever calls me that."
Well, like second name.
So like someone's called Becky, I go, "You like Rebecca?"
Yeah, that's what I'd be like. Yeah,
like,
until they tell you otherwise.
Yeah, but like no one calls me like that by my full name. I'm like, well, I will.
Yeah, I don't like being called Lee, but if Chris, you're watching, mate, just crack on, mate.
Yeah. So lad, we got a good few questions that you sent over about about many people in your industry that got a lot of questions. I'm going to try and get us through as many as possible.
You said before about when people ask the questions, and you said that, you know, I'm very respected in the industry. Why that is, I feel, credibility.
Yeah.
Don't sell out. Like before, like, Joe and brands offer me like money to do things.
Yeah.
I fucking post on my story. I out the cunts. And they've messaged and said like, sign NDAs, do this and that. And I'm like, fuck you, I'll put it on my story. And I think that's been a thing for me that has gained success because I don't sell out. I'm creditable. I won't sell myself for a check or a bit of money, you know. I don't care what it is. But I think that's the reason where the respect comes from in a service-based industry, credibility.
Yeah, you it seems like you just want to be independent. You don't want to be really tied in by rules in a sense. Do you think you have a problem about rules?
Definitely. Definitely.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah. I think I'm undercovering an issue I've got. Like anyone who tries to control me, or whether it be in friendships or relationships or anything, I feel like I just don't get on with people who try and be controlling. Like I'll always lock heads with them.
Yeah, it's manipulation, isn't it?
Well, it's personality traits that just clash, you know, because some people naturally are controlling or dominant, and that's okay until they meet me or I meet them.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's like, you know, you're just going to clash all the time and you're just not compatible.
Two leaders is to work together, and if they have that mental, obviously to an extent.
Yeah.
But two leaders always want it their way, don't they, in a sense, and you're just clashing heads for sure. No, I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's not like I wouldn't follow rules or whatever. I don't like being told to do something by someone.
Yeah.
And it's probably an issue that I need to address.
Yeah. But you've done all right so far.
I don't think I'm going to address it.
No, that's good. I don't think I will anyway.
Nah, fuck him.
So, this is a good one. I like this. Can we say the names of the people who've done it?
Go for it. Fatbird 365.
This is a mad name. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what this is. You'll know what it is. It's SMFNSS_. He said, if you went broke tomorrow, knowing what you know, how would you build it back?
Rob everyone. Balaclava.
Oh, no.
Fuck it. I've not got another 10 years to do this. People get jacked.
Get rid of the first bit. It's all come out, man.
No, jokes aside. Or am I joking? What would I do again in this day and age? I'd focus everything on content.
Okay.
People always ask me now and say, you know, I don't clean cars as much. I do, when we do the training courses, I do the big bits, I do the big polishing bits, and I do like the business bits. But people always say to me, Liam, like, your day-to-day jobs now, what do they look like? Content.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age that it's fucking free. It's like, if I had to start all over again, I would fucking hammer YouTube videos. I'd learn as much as I could about editing. Like what's going on now, look at this setup.
This is amazing.
I would learn everything because it's free to market yourself, free marketing.
Yeah.
And social media, like, look at these TikTok people and that. Like, their lives are changed from one video.
Yeah, you're right.
Personally, you're never going to catch me on fucking TikTok doing a dance. Never in your fucking life. I think it's cringy, but I get it. It's not cringy, but it is. I think it's cringy because I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I also can respect them and go, you've got limited resources, you've got an iPhone and you've made it work. You've got a job from your iPhone and a TikTok account. How good is that?
You just touched on something there that's so powerful. It's like, I find it very hard to take, not when it comes to advice of old school people. Obviously, you can imagine you got really solid advice in some type of business aspects, but as it starts to go into the newer generation, they don't really know much about marketing and social media. So, like, you see a lot of shops now that are like, they're not staying with the times. And everyone's online shopping now. So you just touched on a really powerful point about, like, what would you think, let's just say a detailer didn't go on social media, how difficult would that be for them?
You know what, you're going to laugh, but my training methods, they don't teach making money from social media.
Okay.
I'll give you a bit of a clue, but our blueprint of how we get trainees making money and big money is in solution to a problem. and it's into real life situations, real life people, real life services. None of our methods actually teach people to make money on social media. However, I do stress the fact, like I've just said about content, that your personal brand is key. People, like I've been in Mexico on holiday, like I was saying, I've been in Turkey, I've been all over the world, and someone will walk up to me and go, "Oh my God, you're that UBV guy?" And I'm thinking, they defo think I'm a wanker. But people who know you all over the world, that's so powerful as well. And you could capitalise and make money from that, but funny enough, we don't actually teach making money through social media. We just teach personal brand. I think in term, the best way I'll describe what I'm trying to say, I think personal brand, social media, it makes money in a way where you're planting the seed. You are putting out content, you're putting out things that people like about you, similar to my red car theory, that if people like you, they'll relate to you, they'll gravitate to you, and then that's how they're starting to do research on buying into your services or your product. But if you haven't got social media, they don't know that. So the best way I can describe social media for me, what makes money is planting the seed, loads of seeds, and then, eventually you're going to eat some fucking fruit one day.
The harvest, yeah.
Unless you're a fat bird again. Not going to eat fruit then, are you?
I don't know. What's your aim in life? This is from Pit Stop Valet.
Pit Stop Valets. My aim in life, fucking hell, that's a loaded, deep question, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to answer this in the first thing that comes to my head. Just be a good parent. Be better. Do things differently than my parents did. Not necessarily my mum or anything like that, but just be there. Show up and provide and give a life that most people can't have. And if I was to answer that in another way, I'll be honest, I don't fucking know.
Really, yeah.
I don't know what I see myself as doing or where I see it going. If I could think of what I want to be, it's a good parent and a good person who's helped a lot of people. And if I think, where do I see it going in a business sense? A big team, loads of different locations all over the world. Just, I don't know, like I seen a thing on Instagram that's like a bit of a trending reel, I think. It's like, I'd rather see my brand on the back of wagons or on haulage wagons than on a football shirt. I love that.
Okay.
Like, I don't like being like the centre of attention, like in a sports thing. It's never, like boxers and stuff.
Yeah.
Never like appealed like that.
Yeah.
But I like when you see someone's brand all over the world. On trucks, on billboards, like a product or service or whatever. I think that's what it means to me, what I'd like to see, like big lights.
Knowing that that was you.
You built something.
Yeah, wow.
You built something.
Yeah, it wasn't given, it was earned.
Yeah.
Love that. Motor Transform.
Yeah, they're good lads.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think the detail industry will look like in 10 years?
Fucking hell, they ask some good questions then. What do I think it'll be like in 10 years? Well, if I could answer that from the last 10 years, it's changed dramatically. It's grew dramatically. And it's funny, people call it a saturated market now, and I always say to them, if it wasn't a saturated market, it means no one's interested in it.
Yeah.
So a saturated market is only a problem to people who are intimidated by competition.
Yeah.
We'll clip that. That was a great saying, that, man. We'll clip that one. But yeah, it's true. So when people say, "Oh, the market's saturated," what's the point? I'm like, well, that means it's a good thing. But what it's looked like over the last 10 years is extreme growth. And actually, I'll go into a bit of facts and figures with you. Valeting detailing as an industry now, car care is one of the highest growing percentage industries over the last decade.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, 10 years ago, I was charging 30 quid for a valet. For 30 quid now, I'd drive to your house, I'd show you in the back of my van, shut the doors and drive off. So
the conversation's very van.
Yeah. My average price 10 years ago was like £60, my most popular price. Now it's £6-7 grand.
What ranges, yeah.
Yeah, so
what's
like my average training course now is £6,000-7,000.
Oh, okay.
And my average detail now is about £5,000 every week, repeated times. Yeah. But you go back 10 years ago, it was £60. So in another 10 years, to answer the question, hopefully I'm fucking not in it and I'm doing something else. Hopefully I'm beyond that. But I think it will be advanced in terms of ease, like machines and things that are going to make the job a bit easier, because the industry's limited because it's time versus sort of cost. You can only work as fast as your hands, and I think that's a problem for a lot of people, which is going to need to be solved.
Yeah.
How can we produce more in a short amount of time? Because that's the golden rule for business all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's speed, isn't it? Yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to be like an automated sort of service, but in a safer way. So I think now we have those sort of car washes that are really bad for your car. You know, do you know that?
Do I know that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like car washes, like a driving car wash, one of them
do you mean
spinny
like when
wheels.
it's just like...
Yeah, they're not good for your car. They create the spiderweb looking swirl. So I think in 10 years, I think people are going to start investing and developing into machines that do that but safely.
Wow.
And that is going to be a problem for the guys out manning the Van Valets. However, sometimes adoption and change in industry isn't always good for the industry and the people who are in it.
The machines are coming.
I definitely think so. I know I went to a show in... Why I'm giving that isn't based on some random theory. I went to a show in the Netherlands, I think it was in September, and it was like people who make these machineries all over the world for car washes, and it's a multi-millions. And some of the machines that, like the prototypes which they're trying to pitch to people to get invested in, it's fucking insane. Like, it'll fucking clean your car safely, it'll shag your bird and take you fucking shopping in the house for you.
Wow.
And it's like... These machines are like, yeah, you know...
How much are one of these?
Well, it was like a... yeah, which bit? So, there was this machine and like...
Must have you gone, you lose?
They was looking for investors for this machine that they're looking to produce all over the world. And it was like... Fucking... It cleaned the full car in about 30 minutes safely. But the production of them is just so expensive.
Yeah.
So there's already people out there who are trying to invest in this stuff, and... You know, it's coming.
They really grow. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's scary for people probably watching this who've asked that question, or it's either going to intimidate you or think I'm going to be one of the people who's invested in machines. Yeah. And that's what I think. I think, fucking, I need to get involved in that.
You've got to be ahead of the curve in a sense, haven't you? You've got to see where the world's getting projected to, yeah. I agree with that 100%.
And the only way you're going to do that is by getting out your local area, getting on a plane, going and seeing what these people are doing at these events. Yeah. And, you know, learning, be inquisitive, see what's going on in the world. Where's the industry going? All the answers are there in any industry if you've got enough fucking time to research it.
Yeah, I agree. No, that was a good answer. Some solid questions here. After these are just show me. Them people who you just said then, they've asked about 5 questions.
Yeah, they're good lads. Then.
Yeah, they're really inquisitive. That's the word for it.
They're the family members. And they work together, and they're brilliant.
This lad, JB Lux Detailing. Yeah. He did put on the thing. He's got too much to put in the box. When you look back of the version who came from a rough background, what's the one belief, habit you had to unlearn before real success could show up? What survival habits helped you early on, but later became limitations as you grew? It's powerful, that.
Yeah, and you know, as I'm listening to you repeat it, I'm thinking, number one, for fuck's sake, how am I going to answer that off the top of my head? I'm going to stall for a minute now. But number 2, I had a conversation, funny enough, with Lois the other day. And Lois does all our social media, and she takes that stress away from me having to think about reels and ideas. And as she's doing now, is point the phone at me. And when I get fired up like this after a couple of quad espressos from Starbucks, she puts that into content. It's normally the best, most natural content. And she said something quite interesting the other day that helps me answer this question. So thank fuck for that. She said, Liam, I went back to your videos from like 2021, 2022, and you are a lot more scouse than you are now. She said, you sound posher, your accent's changed. Okay. And I turned around and went, you're right, I did. In the early days, I'll never forget getting, like, you get judged, you've got tattoos, you go to the gym, you've got an accent, straight away you're a robbing cunt. And I remember early on, you get judged a lot. And we talk about accountability where you could go, oh, well, fuck everyone, this is how I am, this is where I'm from. But I think an element of owning up to that and going, well, the really rich people are not fucking fronting like that. They're developing themselves. Yeah. Do you know a couple of years ago, do you know there, and there? Like the free spellings, like where, and where, there, and there. I couldn't fucking spell them. And I used to get terrorised on social media when I'd spell stuff wrong. Like people always spell check you. Yeah. very quickly then, back to accountability, I realised that my upbringing, the things that got me to where I was won't get me to the next level. So I had to adapt. You can say, oh, I'm from Liverpool, I'm from this area, I think I'm fucking this and that. But the really rich people, they best themselves. You know, I went on courses to learn how to speak better.
Okay.
And it was on even Lois said the other day, you talk so much different now. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm glad, like, I've moved, like, I don't live around there anymore. Like, I don't want to live in the same area. I don't want to do the same thing. And it's not because I think I'm better than it. It's just, I want to adapt my mindset by being around other people. Like, where I live and stuff, like, G-Wagons and cars that I've got, they're not show-off cars. Everyone's got them.
Yeah.
Where we live, like, everyone's got G-Wagons, everyone's got Range Rovers, Ferraris and Lamborghinis are there all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're living around here, if you see a supercar go past, everyone's like, oh my God, kids are taking gang pictures next to it and that. But you need to be around for your mindset of people who this is normal.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, going back, it's when I realised that way of life and that mentality and that mindset that got you to where you was, it's not going to get you to the next level. You do have to sometimes change things about yourself and be accountable and go, speaking like a fucking gang member and having a dead strong accent will not get you into the right rooms. In business, people don't want volatile people. They don't want gang affiliation. They don't want some hot-headed... One of my biggest weaknesses early on in business, expanded on this, you've really got me going now. I am very confrontational.
Okay.
I love confrontation. But I still love it now, but back in the early days, it would be a case of I would get shouty. I would be like, who you fucking talking? I'd fire off. And someone told me something in business once, and he said, when you lose your temper in business, you've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost. If you can keep your cool and keep talking and communicating without raising your voice, without losing your temper, you'll win. And that made me adapt so much as a person as well. Like, I'm still confrontational, but to a respectful way where I don't lose my shit. I don't lose my temper. And that makes you a better person. And then, so it's as I've rambled on now to answer this in a long-winded way, what started me off and got me to where I was the very thing that wouldn't get me to the next level. So it's not being fake or changing anything about yourself. It's being honest with yourself and going, I need to grow up.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more example before you move on. At the age of 36, if I wouldn't wear a trackie, like, I try and have a way now, like, I'll wear more, like, and even though I am wearing a fucking, like, hooded top now, but it is After X. But, like, I'll always try and wear jeans, pants, like, shoes, something properly. Like, I think you need to grow up in your dress sense, the way you speak, everything, and that's what gets you to that next level.
That's what self-development is, isn't it?
I could have probably said that in a shorter way, really.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, you fucked me there, haven't you?
It's emotional control, isn't it?
You just Alex Hamosing me there. You just did it like quick, didn't you? I hope anyone appreciated that rambling on them, because I fucking was into that.
He'll appreciate it. Good few questions. And then got some rapid fire ones.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. We'll find them really good. That was a powerful one, by the way.
Yeah.
Was he a friend? Was he a friend? That was really powerful. Even say when I said
he come down and trained with me.
I was like, whew.
And he come down and trained with me, and he's a deep guy. So I think that question for him would be important that I answered it in so much detail. I think he'll appreciate that I answered it in so much detail, because he is a very deep guy who's inquisitive, and that's why I sort of thought I need to go in on this, and I did go a bit around the fucking world, but I think he'll get it.
No. And then just to elaborate on what you said then, so I know there was a story and you said about confrontation and stuff like that and emotional control. And this lad is like, he's an MMA fighter, and someone told me the story, and like they were at a festival once, and these lads were causing a bit of trouble. And obviously he's a handy lad, he's trained MMA all his life, and he just literally said to the lads who were causing trouble, I know you can't fight, but I can. And we can fight, there's no problem, but I don't want to. So it's best you just walk off and have a good night and let me. Just walked away. And I was like, wow, that was cold. When someone told me that was cold, and just having that emotion control, like not having that, having the ability to fight, but having that emotional control and not having the confrontation and just resolving it. Like, I can fight and I know you can't.
I bet the psychological aspect of that had their head shot, didn't it?
He said they all went out. The lad, there was a few of them, and he put his hand on the shoulder and said, and I know you can't, but I can.
I think when the thing is,
like, what the?
I think anyone can relate to this who's done basic like fighting training and boxing as a kid or whatever and gone on to do it as an adult, I always say this, you can tell if someone can fight by how they walk, how they stand, how they balance their weight.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if they're stood flat foot with the feet, like, aside, like, you're just going to knock them out.
Yeah, no,
You can always tell when someone can fight by how they're stood, but imagine someone saying that to you.
No, he said it was a lad. He said the other lad who was there was like a bit of a Chinese whisper story, but like the source who told me he's a good friend of mine,
Yeah.
and he said just everyone was like, oh, okay, like I'm best walking
Fuck off.
like yeah, that's cold. Bubble car care.
Bumble
car care.
Peter, good old Peter.
How do you spot other opportunities some might miss?
Oh, that's a good one. God, that's a good question and a difficult one to answer off the top of my head.
You did mention about the 10 years, the robot, so that's an opportunity.
I mean, I think opportunity, it's... People in my industry always ask me and say, you know, how do you do this, how do you do that, how did you meet that person? And the only simple answer really is just showing up every day, like consistency. Like, just be there.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people in my industry are so quick to have, like, there's this thing I take the piss out of, and they have an admin day. Hey, I'm doing my invoices today, guys. I'm doing an admin day. If I ever got, like, a cancellation or I had a free day, I was out trying to meet people, trying to be in places.
Yeah.
And opportunity arises by going to the right places. So, I'll give you an example of that. I remember in lockdown, I got invited to this party, and I was going with my mate, Alan. And at the time, I had a brand new SVR. And it was like a bit of an influencer party, you know, like all these social media people and that.
It wasn't a blue one, was it?
A which?
A blue one.
What's a blue one?
A blue SVR.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. I thought that was like
I'm sure to see. I probably
yeah.
What do you think about the party?
Yeah, and I was like, what's a I thought I wasn't on something then. I was like, what the fuck's a blue party?
Yeah. Have you been one? Have been one as well?
No comment. I would though. Have you got an invite? But anyway, yeah, we got invited to this influencer party, and it was like, you know, all these social media people and that, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I remember I picked my mate up and I was in my van, and he was like, why the fuck are you in your van? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, why have you not come in the SVR? And I was like, lad, have you heard that song, Scrubs, Passengers Are Your Best Friends Ride? I said, what's it mean any different to you? It's not even your SVR, you fucking meth.
Yeah.
I said, everyone in here is concerned with social media. Everyone in here has seen social media, knows what cars we've got. I'm going to stick my van right outside because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And never forget, like, loads of people was taking pictures of it and tagging it and stuff like that. And we got work from it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, opportunity can be in them littlest things like that, just being consistent with your van.
Yeah.
I tell every young lad trainee, like, they all like look and go, oh, I want to get a nice car. I'm like, in your young, fresh level of business, the worst thing you can do is buy a depreciating asset or something that fucking eats money.
Yeah.
Be in your van. Yeah. Be ever in your van. Your van is your brand.
Yeah.
So the answer to the question, I'd say from opportunity, patience and consistency. Just be there, show up, be out as much as you can. If you sat, social media is great, making content's great, but sat at home watching fucking Netflix and wanking on your fucking couch, sat in telling your bird you love her on fucking Mackie's car park is not going to get you in the right circles and be seen. Be out. Like the good old days, like when we was a bit younger, like we was the last generation, we didn't sit on our phones, we was out.
Yeah.
That's how you made friends from different areas.
I agree.
All these people who were just sat in like, oh, you're not going to meet anyone fucking Saturday, get out. Do both.
A lot of people have lost communication skills, you know, don't communicate no more.
Oh, people are weird.
I speak to people now and they are very strange. They're very... So I see people in the gym, and it's mad. I see like people in the gym I haven't... And like say you speak to them on Instagram, just say, and then I'll see them in the gym, and honestly, they're like, they go absolutely odd. They don't know how to actually put words together and have a good conversation.
Do you know what actually fucking makes me go into deep thought? Like, I don't know if you're in a relationship or single, or you can't say this, disclose this, or whatever.
I'm single, yeah.
How the fuck do
Who's
people...
asking?
Not me. But what I always think, yeah, in this day and age, being single, like, how do people speak to people?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What do you like? They're all so weird, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like people these days, they like interview each other. Or it's like, oh, you have to be 6 foot and have a Mercedes. It's like, you have to be 6 foot and have a Mercedes and earn 6 figures a year. And it's like,
why did he smile so much then, lad? That's because he's dead tall.
Seriously?
He's 6
True.
foot. Yeah. About 6'4" when I first met him. I thought, fucking hell, it's this. Yeah. What makes you wake up in the morning, lad? What would you say? Main thing.
Fucking alarm clock. There you go. No. What makes you wake up in the morning? Do you know what? I still to this day get excited to get up.
Wow, amazing. Yes.
Like, I get up and I'm like, I get to work today. And that's a mindset in itself, but I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm limited on time. But it's how you talk to yourself, innit? I have to. I get to.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've read the book, haven't you?
I get to go to work. I haven't.
No.
But as you can clearly see with it all, mate.
Yeah. I get to.
I get to go to work, yeah.
And that's what I feel.
I get to, yeah.
I get to do it. I get to get up. I get to win today.
Yeah. Some people can't, type thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had that bit.
Yeah, like, back in, we go back a few thousand years, like, if you was a caveman, you had to get out and kill people and kill food. Like, whether you're cleaning cars, cut hair, sell drugs, whatever you do, you get to do that today. Yeah. And if you're passionate and you have purpose about what you're doing, you should be excited.
I always say, like, doesn't matter what you're going through, doesn't matter what the situation is in your life, the bins get taken out on Tuesday.
Never heard that. I think my
No, I made that up.
Oh, that was a good one. That's a good.
But it's true, innit? Like, the bin man who comes to pick me bin up on Tuesday doesn't care about my emotional standpoint that day. He just knows he's coming to pick me rubbish up at the bin. So, like,
we're going to have to clip this bit.
Just do what's required.
Yeah. regardless, yeah.
Some bin man's watching this going, yeah. I'm like that 6 o'clock in the morning, shadow boxing in my front living room.
The bin man's watching this going, no mate, I just didn't listen in school, so now I'm a fucking bin man.
You know, the bin mans have just got it at the end. What's the biggest lie business owners or detailers will try and sell people?
Biggest lie they try and sell people?
Yeah. What would you say the marketing tactic is?
Oh, cult-like.
Like, what are the... You've mentioned, obviously, about, like, people trying to get, podcasts, pay a certain amount of money to obviously sponsor or push their brand. Mm-hmm. What would you say, like, the biggest lie in the industry is? What do people try and market with to get the custom?
I think... I'll answer this in the shortest way possible. People start out as a valet and detailer. They clean a few cars. They make an Instagram, make a Facebook, bit of word of mouth. They go from a normal job quite quickly then to making a bit more money. And then that sort of word of mouth business plan dies out then.
Yeah. So
then their expenses go up, the cost of running the business, etc., etc. And this is where the brands come in with, like, this sense of family, the accreditation and certification. We're in an industry with no governing body. Okay, so no certificate means shit, but these brands make up fake certificates, and it gives people a sense of validation, a sense of family, a sense of being a part of something. And it's the biggest marketing ploy ever because it puts all the people under the brand, and in turn they're marketing and pushing the brand for a sense of, like, validation, family. It's free marketing for the brand, but also these people are putting themselves underneath it, whereas people like me and people I encourage, fuck that brand, I'm making my own fucking brand. I'm the brand.
Independence.
But I feel like, to answer the question in the shortest way, there's a level of cult-like marketing, of sense of being a part of something.
Okay.
And I think for a lot of men who go out, a lot of the life of detail, they're going out early, they're coming back late, they stink of products, they're not seeing, like, in the early days, you're doing a lot of service, so you're not seeing your family as much, you're not seeing your kids. It's quite a lonely job. And I feel like they market this accredited bullshit on these people who are probably feeling lonely every day, probably not seeing the family as much every day, and it gives them a sense of being a part of something.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest scam. Where I encourage people, my method is, no, be the brand yourself, bro. Yeah. Fuck them.
Independence, and then the obviously marketing an emotional standpoint for the other people. Yeah.
But that's not for the weak. You find the people that pander into this and become a part of it are just weak. They accept to be a part of something, not be their own thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like that. That's a good answer. Top 5 lessons you've learned so far in business in your life?
Fucking hell, 5. You're not going to get a short answer there. Top. Okay, I'll quick fire a few as quick as I can on my experience as just being a detailer. On your come up years, no one's your mate.
Okay, one.
They're just competition. I'm trying to not go into that. But not everyone's your mate, I'll say. Yeah. Okay. Another one. Cash flow is king. Okay, so having cash flow is a natural part of the business. You're always going to be reinvesting. You're always going to be spending money. What are we on now? Is that 2?
That's 2.
Okay. Ask me the question again. It's got me fired up.
Top 5 lessons you've learned so far in business and life.
Okay, fuck's sake. If we can go a bit broader.
That's a big pool.
Sacrifice is needed. You know, there is an element of you know, you're going to miss things. You're going to not be a part of things if you want success. Who you surround yourself with is so important. We've elaborated on that so much. If you're around Dave, who's been doing the same fucking thing since last year and not grew, maybe Dave needs to... You don't need to fall out with him. You just need to go... I either need to change the game or remain the same. What have I got left? One more?
One more.
I think I'm going to go with a golden quote that goes in with everything I say, that fat birds appreciate it more. No, jokes aside. I don't know. Number one of the lessons... Oh my God, you fucking stumped me with this quick one, you know. Who asked that question?
No, this is just me.
Just you.
This is me. We come off that before.
Number one biggest lesson. Okay, yeah, I've got it. If it was easy, everyone would be rich.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest, deepest one, I think. That I struggled to get that out because it was so quick. But if it was easy, everyone would be rich.
Yeah.
You have to accept it is going to be hard.
Yeah.
And the good old saying of, you know, nothing that comes easy is worth having.
No.
And if I could describe what this business has done to me, people say, oh, you just clean cars, it's only car cleaning. Do you know, like, over the years, it's been that difficult, and people try and rob you of a pen and paper, people try and slander you, people don't support you, people say things like, you're just a car cleaner. I'd say you lose a piece of yourself. I was actually having a conversation with, I think, Lois, that over the years, it's going to sound quite deep, but I lose a little piece of my heart. It just makes you colder. Not in a way where you want to be cold to the people, but you go through that much stress and that many problems and that much shit that you sometimes, like, my emotions, sometimes I'm like, have I got any?
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And I think there's an element of sacrifice in that where you just take a little piece of yourself, and it's so hard. And if you're willing to make that, like, mental sacrifice, you're going to be successful. Like, consistency is never wrong, but what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way, you're going to pay tax on it somewhere. There's a tax on everything. And to be successful, there's an element of your heart, your mental health.
Yeah, there's a price behind everything.
And you've got to accept that.
And you mentioned something about don't take the advice off Dave, but I always say Peter. So, like, don't take advice off people's lives you wouldn't want.
Yeah, definitely.
So if, like, Peter down the street is talking about financial advice...
I have a great saying for this that I always say, don't I? The people say, and you know what, you're going to like this one. And the people are going to get the message here. You wouldn't hire a fat personal trainer, would you?
I don't know, it depends, you know, this industry's going
to
see some people.
I always say to people, like, about cleaning the van, you wouldn't hire a fat PT, would you? So you wouldn't hire a detail of a dirty van.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
You know, practice what you're saying. Practice what you preach.
For sure. No, I agree. And this is the last question.
Oh, fuck, that was a quick fire one.
But no, this is good. This is powerful, and this is... Name me 3 things that you're grateful for.
Freedom.
Number 1.
Experience.
Elaborate a little bit more on that.
The working hard, being able to make money, you know, you see more, you're not just in your area, you get to travel the world and do things, and even like foods, like you get to try a food you never tried, but you know, a drink, whatever, meet different people, different cultures.
Okay.
I'm big on learning stuff like that. I like speaking to people from other parts of the world. And number 1, the biggest thing that I could be so grateful for, big fucking V8 engines. Fast cars. No, just experience, freedom, and to live life on your own terms with your family. You know,
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, you know, as a kid, like, you know, I'm nothing against like my family or my mum or anything, but we didn't have much. I wanted for nothing. Like, I had my mum worked her ass off, and like me family members worked their ass off, but we wasn't rich. And like, you know, when like I'd go to like it's little things, like you remember as a kid when you got told no, you couldn't have something. Like, you don't have to do that. I like stuff like that. if I want to buy 2 fucking drinks at a shop, or I want to buy a fucking, if I don't like that food, I'll buy something else, and my kids can do that. Like, there's no one says no. It's not a no. You've created that freedom with yourself where you make the rules. And if I want to order 2 different coffees and another drink, and I want to eat out 4 times a day, in a day I've gone Nando's twice. And it's not really the biggest flex in the world. But if you want to go and eat in a restaurant twice, or you want to go Nando's twice, or you want to go eat a fucking steak every day, you can.
Yeah. So
it's having that thing that you never had when you was a kid, and giving that to others, like a quality of life change that I don't have to fucking budget today. I don't have to say no. Fuck everyone. I can do what I want. I'll eat 2 peri chickens today.
It's like a rules thing, isn't it?
Once again, I think I've obviously got these issues where I don't like being told fucking no.
Where can people follow your journey and connect to work with you?
Social media is the best thing. Our Instagram page.
What is it?
What?
What's your Instagram page?
Which one?
All of them.
Urban
Name
Valets.
them all. Name them all.
Urban Valets, but my personal page is Liam_UBV.
Amazing.
Are we done?
That's perfect, Liam.
Are we happy?
That was really good, Liam. That was amazing.